solve the problem. You can hear me now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now, okay, Q?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Q.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Right. You know, I may not have. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, we've went super basic, people. No repeat. Logically, has the problem been got rid of? Is it the OBS?
All right.
No
I think
echo.
we get rid of the
No
echo.
Echo free. Okay, yeah.
We got
so
Sandy, Spooky, Sammy, Kev. We got DT.
Okay, that's cool. We're grand. We can handle 6 people. Right, this is good. Anyone wants to join? Daniel, shout.
Hello.
Did anyone hear Daniel?
I heard Daniel.
You heard Daniel. That's good. Okay, no echo. Everything going good?
Yeah, I can. Everything seems fine to me.
The only problem is we can still hear me. Can I push this up to 36 so I can hear Quentin a bit better and still get no echo?
Penis song.
Do me a favor, Quentin. Will you whisper sweet nothings into my ear? That's not sweet nothings. And that's a different position on the body. Anyway, no echoes. This is good. Thank you, Sandy. I don't want to pin it for the socialites. I want it for it to disappear because the cool people who are here will get in. We'll pin it for 30 minutes. Right.
So what the fuck are we talking about?
We had a plan. We had a plan. There was a plan. I've lost the plan. I'm trying to pop out the chat.
The plan was to speak about what makes a good society.
Yes. What makes a good society?
How can you design a better society than what we have currently?
Yeah, there
First,
okay.
The first step to building a new society: nuke the French.
Not nuke them. Kind of keep their land, but still take them out of the equation.
We have a concept of a plan. We have a concept of a plan. Is there no seat?
Oh, French people don't need to exist anymore.
Yeah, but we still need their land.
I think the first thing we need to do is take Greenland. Right?
Oh,
it's
God,
massive. Have you seen it on a map? It's huge. There's so much land there.
It's not that big.
It's not that green either, but you know.
It's an oxymoron.
No, see, here's the thing. Here's what
there is. Hold on. Addressing Sandy. Yes, there is a person in the room with me. His name is Daniel. Daniel is a friend of mine. This is the person in the room. Sammy, get 420. Click the link. All right. Click the link. Click Sammy. Click the link. Come on. Just
if you don't join the stream, you hate puppies.
Yeah. Okay, I've put my puppy in the kitchen. That does not mean that I hate puppies. She is just.
You're in the stream, you dingus.
Huh?
I said if you don't join the stream, you hate puppies. You are already in the stream.
Yes, but I may hate my puppy right now. So your statement is null and void. So if you join the stream, you can still hate puppies because right now we were both hating the puppy. She wouldn't stop. 420 says, "Are you South African?"
Oh no. I'm Nigerian.
You say that with sadness in your voice.
Oh no, like we are better, kind of.
Oh, you're better. Yeah. We're not going to go into eugenics. Apparently, if you genetically pick snakes to make the best snake ever, you're a good breeder. But if you apply that to humans, you're a Nazi and like eugenics. Did you know this?
Apparently.
Alcohol has been consumed, Sandy. All right. Functioning alcoholic here, although doing better. Taking tablets, going to therapy.
I turned 28 this month. That was wild.
Sorry, baby, say what?
Suck my dick.
Suck your dick. I'm sorry, it's very small with no hair on it, so I can't find it.
I mean, my camera doesn't work, so I couldn't pull it out right now anyway.
No, you don't really want to embarrass. Like, I've got a Nigerian here. Do you want me to embarrass you?
Shit, we could all three pull it out and have a party.
Only if Sandy joins. Only if Sandy joins the stream.
And the loser eats the cracker.
The loser eats the cracker.
You've never heard of soggy cracker before?
Oh, yeah, no, we play that with chocolate biscuits. We play that with bourbon. No bourbon creams. We play that with bourbon creams. It's called soggy biscuit. Yeah, I know soggy cracker. I don't know what talking about. This is not Gay Tuesday. This is a different thing. Oh, fuck me. Hold on a second. What network are we on? Are we on the 192? Hold on. I need to check something. What network are we on here, Bio? Let me see if I can check something here. Right. We need to connect network peg. No, I'm on the wrong network. Someone needs to run up the stairs and check the 3D printer sword. Spooky! Spooky, come on. This is not beneath him. Spooky. Oh, Daniel, meet Spooky. Spooky is my internet grandfather, and I am one of the very few people in the entire world that has a picture of him. He never shows
Grandpa Spooky.
We never see Spooky's face. He does not stream.
But you're certain he's what he says he is.
Yes.
Okay, you have the picture.
I have a picture.
Okay.
He is a very spooky guy with bed hair. I seen him just as he woke up. He has bed hair. He's a little spooky. Okay. Here is the thing, right? This is very relevant to the people who are listening. I tried to show, if anyone who has been watching me for a while, do you know the Wild Heart stream that I recorded that had Jill on, where we kicked Jill off like 5 times because Jill's reason for calling it not racist because of Black Lives Matter. All right. Spooky knows the one I'm talking about. Sandy was there. Other people know of this stream. I showed it to Daniel earlier, right? Now, before I showed it to Daniel, I said that Jill is basically like Jesse Lee Peterson. He's a black man that doesn't like black people in the culture and all. Tried to explain who Jill was. And his argument was, how do you know Jill's not a really white, angry white guy? Because you've never seen his face, right? And he pushed this for like 40 minutes. He wanted me to say Jill sounded black. That's what he wanted me to say.
Because he had no proof.
I have my proof.
You had no proof. He sounded black, and that's why you
I didn't say that. No, I said Jill.
No. He claims to be a black man. So like,
thank you.
He claims, but you shouldn't believe anything someone claims on the internet. Come on. He can just claim to be a black guy.
I mean, he also claims to have a wife, but I'm pretty sure it's just a blow.
I did hear the lady. I heard the lady. She was on what he calls stream. That begins with an S. Spooky knows the guy.
Imagine if I claim to be a white guy and I go around being racist to white people. It would sound weird.
No, really. I've seen it.
I'm racist to French, but not all white.
Okay.
But
to be fair, that's not racism. That's that's a different thing. That's a class. That's like that's sectarianism. That's not racism. That's sectarianism.
Is it?
Sammy,
Yes.
you should join the stream though. It'd be cool to see you.
Sammy,
You should also join.
Come on.
Let me
Sammy.
go check the 3D print.
Yeah. Oh, and your big Nigerian penis, because Q's typing in the private chat about it here. He wants to see it later.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Party time. Excellent. Okay, we're all happy with the sound. It is working better this time, yeah?
Yeah, that's from what I can tell.
Yeah, what happened was I was trying to do the OBS with the chat on the screen, and I think the software was duplicating. And yeah,
Still running smooth.
smooth,
Yeah.
smooth, brilliant, brilliant. My biological father bought like a big fuck off fancy 3D printer, and he gave me his old one. So I've been messing around with it. Like,
How many things have you made to shove up your butt?
technically, I'm making a giant extendable katana right now. The last one I made, I brought it in and gave it to my 60-odd-year-old boss, and he's been walking around the store this last 2 days, flinging it out and smacking people with it. Like, my daughter, whenever I taught her how to use the slicing program, Elena, I taught her how to use the slicing program, and then connect to it. She printed, I think, 14 dragons all Saturday. We couldn't go out. It was raining. We were supposed to go Laser Quest, but my cousin has a very autistic son and he had an episode, so she couldn't come out. We didn't have to have the family day. So, yeah, she just stayed here and printed dragons all day.
That's me.
Daniel Richard. Is that your surname?
Oh, no.
Did you just dox yourself? Were you born in 1795? You look well.
Yeah.
You look well for someone born in 1795. Who is Lupin Wolf and why? What is the stream name? No, the stream for me looks like Booty SJ. The previous one was called Lupin because that was the last one. Lupin was the creationist, the Latino guy that had no arguments whatsoever and just rambled. He's a troll. Lupin's a troll.
Okay. Space racism.
The final frontier. And then they made Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, and the world went to shit because a Klingon likes bird watching.
All right, that was definitely a sentence you just said.
That wasn't that. Have you not watched Starfleet Academy? Is out now. And a Klingon got picked on by a human, and another human had to step in to save him from being bullied because they stole his binoculars that he uses to go bird watching.
I see.
This happened on the show, man. Okay, Stu had no money, and he went to the cupboard and stole some black Busherman or Daniels from the cupboard to just deal with it. Okay, it was bad, man. It was bad. Okay, it was bad.
That's definitely a plot point, I guess.
The programmable matter now can hack into software. Don't know how that works, but yeah. Yeah. Bird watching Klingons. Watch the live premiere. I'll show you the live premiere. The lady said that her favorite, the captain of the ship that teaches everybody, her favorite captain of all Star Trek is Kate Mulgrew because she's a woman and broke the mold. Not anything to do with any sort of an intellectual thing or breaking boundaries or anything. Fanny. She had a Fanny. I have a Fanny. It's great. Breaking boundaries. It's shit.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great.
Epsilon, right? I remember Epsilon. We had that stream and he does the thing, right? Epsilon, watch the premiere, right? I'll send you a link to this guy, Disparu. I think his name is Dispru. He's a British commentator, and he spends more than is necessary. I think it's 7 minutes on footage from the premiere where Steve Nye, the science guy, is trying to get in on the pictures, and all these Gen Z people with their freaking pimp outfits and boobies are pushing them out of the way. It's like, Steve Nye, the science guy's here for the Star Trek premiere, and we want to look at boobs and a pimp outfit for the gay Klingon that goes bird watching. Great show, man. It's designed for people who hate Star Trek. It's a great show.
You know why this makes me happy?
The messenger reveals just turned up. The messenger reveals, I am telling you now to get in here, spend 15 minutes in here. Everybody hates John, right? I like John. Everybody hates John. I like John because he's an asshole and he pushes people to their point. You would like John. John, get in here. Come on the fuck. This isn't going to happen very often. I actually have a real life and therapy sessions these days. I'm doing better, you know. Come in.
I don't
Stu is
think
not
they-
prostituting himself. Stu got very fucking drunk and went to bed about an hour ago. I woke him up and bursted into his room looking for speakers. He don't have speakers, but we're working now.
I don't think I hate John. I don't really have any
Minnow,
strong opinions on him.
come in. Minnow, come in and have the crack. Come in and have the crack.
Hey, Minnow. I don't know what to say right now, so do. As soon as I finish work, I'll jump in.
The link is there. As soon as he finishes work, he's got to report to finish. Now, John, we all know that the only person you report to is your wife when she says get on your knees. You're a bit, come on now. The link is there. Thank you for that wonderful sigh of excitement for spending time with me. You've been here 16 minutes, we'll say 20 for the mistakes before, and you're already bored.
I'm not bored. I was just breathing. I forgot how to do that for a second. Leave me
Oh,
alone.
no, I understand that. That's the thing. Your brain gets very, very active and you forget to breathe. I've done that. I do that a lot, yeah. Okay, brilliant. We got Minnow. Minnow's coming in a couple of minutes. John says, happy wife, happy life. Daniel is from Nigeria, not South Africa. He ain't my wife. It's not Gay Tuesday.
You're right. It's Gay Friday. It's Homosexual Friday.
Oh, no. That's Fiddly Friday. We'll call it Fiddly Friday.
Nah, it's Homosexual Friday. It's okay to be gay with the homies.
That's really bad. You're really bad at this, Q.
Probably.
Yeah. You're really good at driving on buses, though. Like I've talked to you when you've done like 7 hours on the bus.
Yeah,
I couldn't do 7 hours on a bus.
I've done 3 days on a bus at one point.
3 days on a bus. Okay, that's good. Did you get to stop to pee or did you have to use a bottle?
I got to there's a bathroom in the bus.
I came across a 3D printed thing for long journey truck drivers where you could create this special funnel, 3D printed, you know.
Why were you searching for that?
I wasn't.
No. I was not, in fact, driving the bus. I was riding a Greyhound.
That was the most popular.
It makes sense. A lot of truck drivers.
A lot of truck drivers, yeah. A lot of truck drivers. Are you comfy standing up there?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You're making me feel uncomfortable
Oh,
standing
no.
I don't like a person of your stature looking down on me.
Now you're making me sound like I'm 6'5" or something.
I don't know. He's still waiting to see. Driving on a bus, not riding. Q doesn't do any riding since he shaved off the sideburns.
Something like that.
You are the only person on camera. I do apologize.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, no. Just letting you know.
Yeah, my camera doesn't work.
My good camera. My camera is actually strapped to a speaker, staring at the 3D printer, so I don't have to keep running up and down the stairs to see if shit be going wrong. And this is totally jank. So me and Daniel were sitting drinking and having the banter, and I made a joke about going live, and he said, "Let's go for it." And then he's never done it before. You know, he's from Nigeria with the spears. So you don't get out that often, no?
We don't have spears. We have machete.
Machetes. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Ella's a little uncomfortable. I can tell by the fish. Hello?
I can change the fish. Do you want me to change the fish?
No, I was making
I
a
put a
funny
different
joke and you
fish.
didn't respond. I thought that I had upset you or I was making a
No,
funny
I'm just
joke.
distracted.
What are you doing? She's
Different
also got
fish.
they have also
Different
got
fish.
ADHD.
Different fish.
Oh, they're distracted because they're picking fishes.
Oh,
What fish should I use
Steve
today?
McRae and a fish.
Oh, Q,
Oh,
leave
my
that.
passion.
Leave that. Q, that is fantastic. I found this Norwegian
one?
band that does techno, and they've done a techno like trance fucking video, right? But they go a humba baba dumba baba, you know, in the middle of the song. But
Right.
in the video, it's all black and white. And in the video, the people who go humba baba humba they are the heads. You know the heads. What do you call them? Easter Island. They are the heads from Easter Island, and they are doing like a sing song. It is class. It is lovely. It freaks Elena out, but it's lovely.
Yeah, this is a meme that I stole and made it my profile picture for a while.
Sandy,
talking
if
to
you keep
him.
picking on me, I'm going to take your spanner away. Not that it means anything, like, but you know.
Fish.
I mean, you'd have to take mine away for picking on you if you were going to do that, wouldn't you?
Technically, I should kick you out of the stream and ban you.
That's right.
But yes,
Nah, you don't want to risk me actually leaving.
Pardon?
I don't know what we're talking about.
I said you don't want to risk me actually leaving, but for context, Q, Mathpig is my ex. We used to live together.
You know, hold on. Do you not know that Q is Quentin, the ginger? Like, Q knows me longer than you.
I figured, but like, he seemed to not know.
See, this just shows that you didn't listen to me and get involved in my life in any way, or get to know. Did you
hear what I just said? No, I that you don't fucking listen.
I'm joking. I was making it.
So was I. For fuck's sake.
Mom, Dad, please stop fighting. You're tearing this family apart.
Who gets the dog? Who gets the dog? Like,
you got the dog.
Fuck you guys. I'm taking the dog and I'm moving to Arkansas.
Here's
you got the dog and the house.
The dog died. Technically, two of them died. The dog died.
I know.
The dog
died. I cried.
And two
and the snakes died. I don't want to talk about it.
Two now.
I don't want to talk about pets dying.
I know, it's sad. Georgie's doing really well. Georgie's getting on with the puppy as well. It's very funny. Georgie's about 3 foot now, and I had him free roaming like 2 days ago around the living room, and he was on the coffee table. And Betty was running around the living room freaking out, right? Now, she wasn't going near the snake or anything, like, she was being very, and she sort of sat down, and the snake very slowly edged towards, and then licked her nose. And Betty freaked. What the hell? Ran away. Didn't know what to do. We've got a Dougie. Dougie. How are you, Dougie?
Hello, Math Pig.
Good to see you here, Dougie. A lot of people don't know.
Some random possum. Hello, random possum.
Hello.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta. That was me echoing. My bad. I fixed it.
Oh, no. That was me. I did that for 40 minutes.
I left the volume on in the YouTube tab when I came over.
I got you. Really
I should be smart enough to mute that. Epsilon is greater than.
Okay. Hello.
Let me say hello to
Hold on.
LMNOP.
I'm going to do a moderation thing. I'm going to do a slight moderation thing. Right. Dougie Doug is, if anyone here knows me and my history and my past, I go out and I look around and I find nice people and I hang out. Dougie Doug is not really in this community with the atheists and the arguments or whatever. Dougie Doug is a nice place that you can go to. Feel free, Dougie, to put your link in if you want to. You can go to Dougie's and you hang out. Dougie has, I'm going to stop saying Dougie. He, nice channel, friendly to everybody.
I have rules on my that I hear, which is no talking bad about other people and refrain from discussing political and religious ideologies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
but
shit.
those are my rules on my channel. I do that on my channel for a reason. That doesn't mean I don't have political or religious opinions of my own.
Exactly. Yes.
But I don't give them mine, and I don't want to hear theirs.
Yeah, my friend beside me, Dougie, just went, I can't go to Dougie's now. And then I just leaned over and went, no, it's not really like that. And then you explained it more. There is that level that you can go to where you have discussions. But what I like about Dougie is when somebody is offended, Dougie knows that many people on his panel for that long. He can sense it. And he's like, dude, take a step back, chill out, go, you need to take a break. Nobody ever gets kicked. Nobody ever gets banned. It's just, here, show some respect. You've been a dick. And it's nice, it's pleasant, and if you show respect, there is respect. There's no need for banning. There's no trolls. There's no plonkers. It's just everybody showing respect.
That's right. I'll bring my link over and put it in the chat. Hold on.
Once you start talking about politics, it gets harder. But like, yeah, I get it. If you don't like talk about politics, it's cool.
Oh, no, please don't. I've been avoiding a certain topic with Daniel beside me all night. He knows the one. He's brought it up twice. I'm avoiding it. He would, like, I would have to make him sleep in the garden tonight, okay?
Oh, everything is politics. It's, you know, I didn't mean
had
like
to
any
shut-
one particular politic.
I was sitting at dinner the other night. I had to literally, in front of Mum, it was me, Mum, and Thomas, and we're having the dinner. And Mum said something, and Thomas went off about the NH. I was like, seriously, can we have like one night? I'm only here twice a week. Can we have like one night where there's no politics and hating people? Like, chill out, you know. Thomas was in stitches, and he started poking the bear. Yeah.
I put my link in the chat in case anybody would care to check out my channel. Feel free to sub and come to the live stream, or don't come to the live stream, or whatever. No biggie.
Yeah. And Dougie will, I do believe, if I'm right in saying this, correct me if I'm wrong, Dougie would stream and have conversations like this a couple of nights a week, but every morning in my time zone, Dougie has a camera set up in the porch, and it's just live streaming, and he could be doing whatever he's doing, and it gives a room for people to come and chill out and just talk to each other, you know?
That's correct. You got that spot on, Math Pig. Absolutely.
You know, even when Dougie's not there, there's a live stream and it's happening, and it gives people a chance to just hang out. We're at full volume now. We're at 6.
Okay.
Other people may want to come in. Epsilon is greater than. It is now your turn to introduce yourself. We've got
Okay, sure. I'm Epsilon is greater than. A few years back, I started posting to YouTube.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 years
and
now,
I was not able to maintain consistent output. I've been thinking about getting back into it, but I would definitely be doing something very different now, because I was doing.
At this time, man, the algorithm has killed your channel. Your best bet is to create one and say Epsilon is greater than with a D, and just start it.
Then. So if I got it right, you used to stream in YouTube and you stopped, and now you're considering coming back and streaming again. Is that right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. What was your channel before? The one that you're not going to do it the same. What was it before?
Oh, it was basically just was supposed to be like a science education channel, but
Oh my god, I really can't spell. I'm trying to say in the private chat. Menno, you don't need to introduce yourself. Everybody that's watching knows who you are. Nobody knows Dougie, like, you know. And I'm not trying to leave you out. You can do an introduction for the strangers if you want in a minute. Absolutely, go on ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I just haven't seen Math Pig and Q in forever, because I don't know.
Question, if I can. In the absence of you streaming, have you been outside touching grass? Have you been spending time with the people that matter to you? And have you been making your life and people around you better? Have you got 2 out of them 3?
Yes,
if you've
actually.
been sitting in your room playing with your penis, then nobody really wants to know about it. But if you've been doing the other things, you know, that's better.
Right. No, I've actually gotten a fair amount of that stuff done. That's why if I was to go back to YouTube, it would be different.
Rather than science, education, whatnot, you would have a different format or a whole different idea. I know a lot of people have channels that are topics. Like my channel is, I have no agenda.
My topic has no topic.
And nothing to discuss, except I let the chat, if I go live and do a panel like this, people will come up. The chat will more or less dictate what we're going to talk about, more or less.
Oh, interesting.
I don't have anything planned out. I never pre-plan when I go live. I don't have like an agenda, you know.
You totally have an agenda. Your agenda is to be nice to everybody that you meet. That's an agenda.
Well, this is what I do. I support people to self-promote their channels in my chat. Right? Everyone's got a wrench. They can all post their links. They can all go to other people's channels and sub. And that's what I try and provide, is a place where people who are trying to get more interested from other people come and post your link and talk to people, network, if you will, to try and get more subscribers or whatever you want to do to self-promote.
Speaking of self-promotion, Epsilon totally wasted your go. Alla, your turn.
Well, sheesh. God forbid I have a fucking BRB sign up.
Well, when you make it all about you and then I try to give it to you, it's your fault, you know.
What do you want me to say?
Well, you wanted to do an introduction.
I apologized that I didn't do an introduction. But
It's fine. No,
I'm
trying to
me.
get-
I'm Minnow. You guys know me. Oh, I did start streaming again recently.
I did notice you did the what do you call? Do you remember when we had the
Tuesdays.
conversation on the phone like 3 Tuesdays ago? And you asked me about the group therapy thing that I'm going to, and as long as it's not a cult.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I did.
Well, I was in mentioning to one of the ladies that runs it, right? And they have to do like rules and a wee thing at the start, you know. Let's not talk about religion. Let's not talk about politics. We're here to support each other, you know, the nice things, right? And like halfway through, she stopped and paused, and everybody looked at her, and she just went, "We're also not a cult," and then continued on with what she was doing, because I'd mentioned to her before that we had chatted, like, you know, it was funny. It's quite.
It's a
good.
cult. I have all the
If anyone's interested in how Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12-step program, Daniel agrees it is a religious cult.
I didn't say it's a religious cult. I said the ideology comes from religion, like the 12 steps program.
I watched a documentary on the fellow who initiated the 12-step program, who, by the way, according to the documentary, fell off the wagon several times.
Bill, are you talking about Bill Wilson?
But
yeah, that's him. Yeah,
there's Bill Wilson and Dr. Bob are the two founders.
Bill Wilson is the documentary I saw, right?
Okay, yeah, he's the one who wrote the 12 steps. But
I'm a friend of Bill's, they would say, right?
Oh yes, that's what they would say.
Oh my goodness, it's got very serious.
I've never been to a 12-step program myself, but I know
what the fuck did I just come to?
They make you fucking chant in unison and shit. A lot of times you have to stand in a circle. Ours, for the most part, we like sat facing one direction, and then somebody would like stand up at the front. But then like there was certain shit that we would say at the beginning and at the end that we would like all stand in a circle, and then like all.
Man, you guys went to the.
Sorry, Quentin. Go on ahead. There was a delay. Go on ahead.
I was gonna say y'all went to the shitty fucking NA programs, because the one I went to were pretty fucking great. The one I still go to is awesome. We don't do all the religious shit. We just
circles, right? We
well, I mean, the religion is in it. It's
AA saved my life. The 12 steps saved my fucking life.
Oh my goodness! What fucking door have I opened? I was trying to.
I want to say something about the AA shit.
Okay, right, Daniel. Can we give Daniel a minute, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Just because it comes from a religion doesn't make it bad. It comes from religious practice, and it is meant to do good for people. But if the person
road to hell and all that,
if the person leading the current the particular chapter of AA meeting wants to create a cult, then maybe you felt like it was a cult or something. But in most cases, it does positive good for people. So I think by the fruit we shall know them. If it works for people, then it's a good product. If it doesn't work for some people, it might be a bad product.
Then it just wasn't for them. Yeah, like honestly.
So that's pretty arguable. It's less than 5% of people that it works for by like their own estimations, which is also right around the same percent of people that would like spontaneously self-desist. So it is really hard to say if it does actually work for anybody. But if you read like the 12 and 12, it is pretty much. Me. It's a pretty much like how-to manual.
After a minute, I want Epsilon to jump in. They've been muting and unmuting.
And now I do want to be clear that like to say that it is a cult does not necessarily say that it does not help people. Those are not like mutually exclusive.
Okay,
things.
wait. Hang on.
If it makes you if it helps you get by, then then that's a success, right?
Unfortunately,
even
it
if
kills
you
people,
don't maybe
and it's extremely
really
predatory.
solve all your problems.
Do cults have a leader?
Yes.
Free, love free.
Is it a requirement of a cult to have a leader?
It's not a requirement. It is one of the things that does qualify a cult as a cult.
There's no leaders in AA.
Bill Wilson.
He's not a leader.
Not every okay. Nobody. Yeah, nobody I know. Nobody. Wait.
We absolutely idolize Bill. There are people who make pilgrimages to his house every year.
Dude, okay, wait.
Yeah.
We have cult books called As Bill Sees It.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, like literally, I bought this shit. Like I bought this, like I bought books that were like the history of like Bill, like.
Yo, let me ask this: what addiction were you trying to give up?
See, that's the fun.
No. What addiction? What was your purpose?
Do you want me to answer your question, or do you want to cut me off?
Okay, all right, hold on. I'm going to take a big
thing that you've been doing the entire time.
We're not going to do the specific. That's a cult, okay? But I would recommend if Minna wants to put their link in the chat for that video. I would recommend anyone to go and watch it. You did stream and talk about it.
Yeah, we stream and we talk about it on Tuesdays, and anybody is welcome to come.
Yeah, so put that link in the chat, and if people want to have that particular argument about that particular thing, Doubting Thomas, feel free to go by and spend that. But this is supposed to be a fun thing, and like I feel.
But you can't just.
It's all good, Robbie.
Epsilon is greater than. I feel like I cut you off as a joke, and now I'm feeling bad. So I would like Epsilon to talk more about math. Me and Daniel watched the first 2 episodes of Foundation, which is about using math to predict the future. But
using math.
I knew you would know what it is. I knew that you would know what it is. I've never. Who did I annoy?
I know that they made a TV series of the Foundation recently. I have not seen it, but I've read the books.
He won't shut up about making me watch it. And when I invited him here tonight for drinks, he put on the first 2 episodes before we could drink. So it's great though. I did very much enjoy it.
I had this argument last time we came. I said Star Wars and what's the latest one you were watching? Star Wars and the TV show.
The one Expanse.
The one you were ranting about just now.
Quantum Leap.
No, not the Quantum Leap.
Battlestar Galactica.
Who do we hear talking?
Yeah.
Pardon, Dougie?
I don't know. I can see that Doubting Thomas is muted. I know that's not Epsilon is greater than that's talking. Who is the fellow I hear talking?
Dougie, this is my friend from group. All right, we'll say the non-cult group. It's a group.
Sure. Somebody there with you. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Right. I go to a group thing where we all, the joke I made earlier, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous, but for sad people, right? We sit in not a circle, more of an ellipse. And if somebody sits in my seat, I don't feel right, I have to sit underneath the clock so I can't look at the clock.
Now it's sounding like a cult.
It is a wee bit, right? It was really funny. Ella, you weren't there at the start, right? Ella, not you, Ella. This other Ella that she runs it, right? Or is it Ella? It is Ella, isn't it? Yeah. Ella. Right. She was laughing that hard she spilled coffee on her skirt, right? And she stood up and then spun her skirt round, so she didn't have a stain in the middle. And then when she got up to do that, she did a wee dance, spun her skirt round, and then sat back down, and then realized that this particular night it was just 12 guys. Right, there is girls that come and all, but one of them did turn up later. But it was I just got up and danced in the room in front of that, and then one of them made a joke about the seat being wet, and then we all laughed, and it's a good group. It's not a cult.
Yeah, I'm reading some of the comments. People obviously have diverse opinions about it.
I forgot that there was comments. I thought it was just us 6-7 people. But yes, Dougie, Daniel is one of the people that I met through the group, and he is here tonight and probably tomorrow. I think we're going for barbecue tomorrow. Yeah. We're going to hang out. He is against immigration, and he's from Nigeria and living in Northern Ireland. So we get on really well. We have lots of conversations where we disagree on, but we both agree that we're crazy and sad.
Let's just like make a definition here about immigration. I fully 100% support legal immigration, right? I support anyone who comes legally. I'm 100% with them. But people who immigrate illegally, I think that's an issue. For any country, not just for us, but for all countries.
I agree with you. The way I agree with you, I feel mass immigration is an attack on the countries where the people are mass immigrating from. Is it like a cultural attack? Because they take the best people from Nigeria, bring them to Ireland or UK or wherever, US, give them an average life, which is not even average, make them kind of wage slaves, but at the same time destroy Nigeria because middle management, like high IQ people, are leaving the country at a high rate, making the country worse and worse and worse than it was meant to be if there was no mass immigration.
Yeah, as the think tank leaves the country, it leaves the others behind, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So,
but that's not the fault. I mean, I assume people act of their own free will.
Yeah, people act on their own free will, but basically, if Ireland is doing it, it is an attack on the middle class of the Irish people and on the Nigerians. Yes, you are giving them the Nigerians the ability you are giving them the free will to migrate if they want to, but it's not really free will when all the standard of living in Ireland versus the standard of living in Nigeria are not equal in any which way. So there's no choice. If I'm a middle class Nigerian, I'll always pick coming to Ireland regardless. Mm-hmm. So basically you're attacking the middle class of both countries. So yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's a free will thing, but it's not really a free will thing. It's kind of, do you really have a choice? Do you want to give your children a better life?
Yes. I would say that people leave, Nigeria, I'm going to have to use it as an example, looking for a better life, right?
Yes.
Okay, but is that the fault of the place they're immigrating to? Or of the place they're immigrating from, right?
You could say it's the fault of where they are immigrating from. That's a good point. But when at the same time the leaders in the place where they are immigrating to is doing that to reduce the wages of their own native citizens, to make wage slaves of both people, it is kind of their fault also. It's like I don't know how to put it.
I understand what you're saying, and generally I agree with you. Exactly right. It's a very good observation.
Basically, Putin calls it brain drain.
Brain drain, yeah. It doesn't help, particularly I think the African countries, when there's a brain drain, yeah.
Hi, Halsey. Just saying hi to Halsey. And I can say hi to everybody as well. And Minnow, I need you to stand up for me. I am really good at typing in texts. People are making fun of my spelling. This is not my fault. This is my mother's fault. You've seen the messages. Can we blame my mum for my texting?
Sandy says no argument there.
Matt Pig's mom can't spell for shit. I can attest to this.
This is all her fault. I have all the big words.
I don't spell well at all, but I can't blame my mother.
She always makes it very clear what she's trying to get across. You just have to say it aloud, and it's like, oh, that's what she was saying.
That's the key. That's the key. Who was it said about my bad spelling? Say it out loud. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah.
Savage Minnow.
I love Sandy. Sandy is amazing. Sandy, right? How big was the window? Sandy used to live stream, right? And Sandy had like a camera just here. Nobody can see my hand, but for Daniel, Sandy had like a camera here, and she did like 12-foot stained glass window, all built by hand on like a big table. Sandy is fantastic. She's also misunderstood. People think that she's angry all the time. She's not angry. She's just a wee bit Irish.
Okay. Sandy Glass?
Yes. You know, that's why I said.
Okay, Savage Minnow had a question for me in the chat. Right?
No, I didn't say that. You said that. Oh, right.
I think when you enter a country illegally, you're not sanctioned by the host to enter. That is, you don't have a visa or other paperwork in place, and you haven't been vetted. And you come into a country, any country, I would call that. And I don't know what standards there are in all the countries. I can only really
it's the same with every
speak as an American. You know, I guess in Europe, they're a little more loose about crossing international borders. Right? I don't know.
Technically, right now, we're not.
That's
Oh, no, we are.
what channel.
We are. Technically, right now, we are in the European single market, but we are not in Europe. And that is because we are in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland does have a slight special status. It's super funny.
Didn't you Brexit? Northern Ireland Brexit when England did, right?
It's really funny, Dougie, right? The solution, what they've done now, right, that they've came to is if I go into the shop in my mum's local town, which is like 10 miles from the border, there will be a packet of onions on the shelf, and then there'll be another packet of onions beside it that says, not for sale in the EU. And it might be a little cheaper, it might be a little more expensive, but you're not allowed to buy that and then drive over the border. And they're giving it to you in trust, you know? Like, people do not come over the border and buy cheaper food up here and then drive back over because it says on the packaging, not for sale in the EU.
I don't know, that seems a little funny. Once you buy it, you bought it in the EU. What you do with it after that is
you
your
bought
business,
it in the UK.
right?
You're like, technically we are the UK, but we
and then you travel to the EU with it. Okay.
Yeah, we have special status where we can get stuff from the EU and from the UK.
As a civil libertarian, I would take exception with the notion that once you purchase something, that you can't take it with you wherever you go. It's yours. You own it wherever you bought it.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah, it's a weird little loophole. I am not seeing the private chat. Should I be looking at the private chat?
No, I'm looking at it. I'm saying it.
Okay, follow up.
Open that. I need to see it.
Oh yeah, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I'm getting all.
Yeah, I was just wondering what about that makes that illegal.
It's not legitimized by the host country.
Sorry, your microphone cut out there. It's not something.
Not legitimized by the host country.
What isn't legitimized?
When someone enters the country.
Oh, hold up, right?
If someone crosses the border without being vetted by the host and applying for the appropriate paperwork, that is an illegal act in the United States. That is against the law, making it illegal.
But it's not illegal for someone to come in without paperwork. Like that's illegal.
Like, it's illegal in Nigeria.
But that is the law.
No, like Mad Thing knows. Like he's coming to the United States. You just like hop off of a fucking plane. Like you're fine.
Because he has a automatic
passport
on his passport.
No, did not.
You have to show your passport at the border. That's what makes it legitimate.
You don't have to show a passport. You just have to show ID.
Okay,
no,
I
think they changed that law since 9/11.
If you're traveling from the UK,
I'm leaning forward. I want to bring this all down.
Still not illegal to come without a passport.
On all these things, people are very passionate about it.
No,
you shut the fuck up. I can actually physically slap you, right? You be quiet, right? Let's introduce John. Right? Hi, John. Thank you for coming, John. John, have you finished work or are you listening while at work?
Oh, no, I'm done with my report.
Pardon?
I'm done with my report. How are you guys doing?
Okay, cool. Right. Not to do an introduction because also everybody watching knows who John is, right?
Most
everybody
of the people do.
It's John. So anyway, let's bring the politics and the passionate topics down. And the reason this stream actually started, which I have talked with John, I think you were there for the first stream. I've done 2 on this topic, how to create the perfect society. What would you do
How to create? We've talked about this before, Math Pig, haven't we?
Yes, that particular week I was on your stream. I was
Yeah, you wanted to talk about this, and I wouldn't let you.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
I remember.
It's not my channel, right? So I will give John 2 or 3 minutes to say hello and a very quick introduction for Daniel beside me, because John, I think you and Daniel would get very much along. You have similar aligned thoughts and opinions. You are both plonkers, and I can hate both of you at certain times, but you're still nice people. So I'm rambling. I'm just saying, right? I'm panicking now because everybody seems annoyed and I'm trying to break up the tension.
So we're supposed to talk for 2 minutes about how we would organize a perfect society?
No, I would like you to give a minute or two of an introduction for the people who don't know who you are, and then we will discuss that as a topic.
Sure. My name's John. I live in the United States.
Well, fuck me. Better than that.
I used to be involved in the YouTube community about 6 years ago and left it, and for about 3 to 4 years, came back about a year and a half ago, just sitting on different panels, whether they're atheists or believers, just
John,
to hear what people have to say.
John, I'm going to kick you because you're being super vague. That's literally every single person on this panel. Okay? Talk about yourself. What is your background? What drives you to join YouTube? And why are you on this panel? There's 3 questions. Answer them and we'll move on.
Yeah, I have a background in psychology and clinical counseling. Worked in a number of different fields, was a network engineer for a long time, project manager, project controls, worked in education, worked as a therapist.
And
basically I come on YouTube and try to help people become better versions of themselves by helping them overcome their limitations.
Would you agree that you have come up with the best program to be the best person of yourself?
Yeah, I developed a universal model for human behavior that I called the human response model. And I dabbled in kind of building a universal platform for therapy. I never really got to the point of wanting to publish it, but I called it New Lens Therapy. And it really modeled a lot of stuff that came from Albert Ellis and Aaron Beck, but just refined the areas where they felt weak on the cognitive behavior and rational motive behavior theories.
Brilliant. That was very concise. I liked all the big words. Me and Stu have a fun game that is going on at the minute. It's been going for a couple of months, where we are aiming for words with the most syllables, just randomly thrown into conversation, you know. And we were at a restaurant like 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about you know what's happening in America, you know, with the whole madness and stuff. And I just looked at him and I just went, that's a very conspiratorial type of topic you're talking about there. So I'm in the lead at the minute with 6. It's very hard to get 7. He keeps coming up with 5s. He thinks they're 7s, but they're only 5s. But lots of good words, very descriptive. And yeah, Dougie,
yes.
3 things that you would feel that are very important, either rules, either guidelines, either things that you would use as a foundation.
Rules, guidelines, things I would use as a foundation.
You know, give me 3.
Can I quote Shakespeare?
You can take the entire works of Shakespeare that must be mandatory for everybody to read. That can be one.
To thine own self be true.
Right? That can be one of your rules if you want to. You know,
that may be a foundation, right?
This man's smiling over in the corner because this is the show we're watching. But anyway, right? Give me 3 things like that. 3 things that you would think that are important. 3 things that if you started off.
Advice I would give anybody?
Pardon?
You mean like advice I would give to anybody?
No, we're talking about society, creating a society and stuff. Bro, Joe.
Creating a society. Okay. First,
make a rule.
And I've been thinking about this for a couple of minutes when you mentioned it before, right?
Yes.
And I think, okay, create a society. First thing, I think, to have a pure society, and I use the word pure in a genuine way. You have no leadership.
Yes,
that will make society pure.
Right. So no leadership. So
no leadership.
On that topic, how does the community? And we'll say that we are 20,000 people. Right. We're 20,000 people in a community.
Okay,
right?
I get it. I get. You're not talking about worldwide. Okay, you're talking about a group.
Let's just say, for talk's sake, that before there was any inhabitants of North or South of America, you know, that entire area, I feel, covers a wide range without having to use boats or anything like that. You can achieve all the seasons, all the bits and bobs. North, South, you know, America, right? I would say Europe, but Russia gets very cold. Okay. So we've got that full top to bottom island. You've got 20,000 people. You're starting a society. What is the three things that you would say, do, make a law, make a guideline, bring back? We're going to give you three things.
Assuming I had the power and authority vested in me by the 20,000 to administer programs to
we are doing a hypothetical. We are doing
hypothetical. Yeah.
Well, with that you are the person that is setting down either the three things to bring with you, the three rules, the three guidelines. What is the three things to make a perfect society that you feel is important to you? One of them you mentioned would be the entire works of Shakespeare. We can make that a rule that everybody must read that in high school. You know, that could be a rule that you wanted. That could be in the Constitution, whatever way you want to look at it.
What was the rule you said?
The entire works of Shakespeare, everybody must read it and know it.
Everybody must read. That could be a rule. No, I don't know about that. Not everybody needs to read Shakespeare. Not everybody needs to read Shakespeare. I don't know to what end that would be.
Yeah,
but
I'm over describing it.
I got it. Okay, well, what do we all interpret our ideas of what's a perfect society? We all have different ideas, right?
Yes, that's the point of the question. Okay. Tell me yours.
Okay. Let nature take its course. That would be one.
Yeah,
let nature take its course. For better or for worse. Don't interfere with that shit.
Okay, right? So let nature take its course is your first thing that you want to introduce.
I don't know. That's what comes to mind because you think, okay, 20,000 people. Well, they're going to start killing each other, right? Because they're not all going to get along. Let nature take its course. The cream will rise to the top.
No. Okay, we'll give another prerequisite to the thought experiment. These people have agreed that they will do. Now, I'm not going to say that there's.
I got it. Okay, so you're saying everybody in coalition with each other.
Yes, everyone in coalition with each other has come up with these three ideas. But I'd like to know what the best three ideas that you think that they can come up with as a society is. Ideas, things to bring back, blah, 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 blah. You're making it very difficult. If you fuck it up again, I'm going to go over to someone else.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what, like I said, people have different ideas of what's.
Here's an idea. Daniel is sitting beside me and has listened to me for like 4 hours from before the stream, us talking about it. So he has an idea. Daniel, can you translate my stupid Irish brain to the people and describe what I'm looking to do with possible examples?
Imagine if the Europeans, as they did, immigrated to the United States, Northern America, and there were no Indian settlers.
Yeah, he's got all that.
Yeah.
Use examples of what the rules and things could be.
Yeah, an example is like maybe you enforce a religion. You say we all worship one God, or we all do this, or there's no God. An example could be we agree on a constitution, and maybe no. How will I put it? You basically just creating a functional society. Some people.
You're vaguer than him.
Yeah. So some people say, yeah.
Functional is the key word you said there, right? Functional.
Functional, yeah.
Yeah, mandated education. Shout out to Minnow.
Yeah,
well, mandated education.
Exactly.
You know, maths, science, the ability to read and write. These are three things I would, like
for me.
I'm not idealistic enough for this because I'm just not. I know because I know better, Math Pig. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Well, here's an idea. Right,
I'm not idealistic enough.
I will go with, first of all,
what's your first rule?
The currency should be gold standard.
Currency should be gold standard. So a physical currency.
Yeah, no fiat currency.
Okay, so do we have to mine the gold from the ground, or does everybody as a standard get some gold to start with?
basically every product should be
made of gold. I like
no.
this.
No.
In America with the Aztecs.
Basically, I'm not saying it whether it's gold or whatever, but if gold is the standard, everything of value should be rated to gold, and every exchange should be based on on gold. Basically, if I have a note, $1, it should be worth one gold.
Okay, so let's, for talk's sake, say 1 gram of gold is worth $1.
Yes.
We then use that, like, that $1 that we have a representation of should cost $1 to make.
Yes.
So
I 100% support the notion of precious metals because
okay. Well,
because they have value. Coins and paper money really has no value in any way.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, but
the
then
coins
half
they
of
make
your-
today that are not made of bullion, right?
Okay, sorry, Minnow. Go ahead.
They're worthless, really.
Go ahead, Minnow.
Well, the problem that I see with that is that like half of your value is going to be caught up in just currency alone. So like if you have to have, you know, a chunk of gold that costs $1 to like make, basically, and that is worth $1, then it's like you don't have anything that represents $1. That's just what it is.
Oh no, okay. Let me put it this way to you. Imagine I have a bank. You bring gold to my bank and you deposit it for me to safekeep for you. But still you want to make exchanges with the value of the gold you have. And so I give you a receipt.
I get that.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking
Value
about.
based
that
on
you
what?
have-
The gold is only valuable because people want it.
Yes.
Give me let me finish.
Right?
Let's
That's
say
the only
you
reason. That's the only reason gold has any value is people want it.
I agree. The basic logic is humans for some reason have a value for gold in every culture. Can we just accept that?
Yes.
But again, I just think you have this value that's just sitting there in a vault that's not. I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do in your society, okay.
Well, the currency, if he issues notes
Hold on. I'm
the
going
gold you exchange at his bank, that is a
I'm
currency.
trying to do a transition from Minnow to Daniel, which is something that Minnow's brought up. I thought about earlier, didn't get a chance to say this. The fact that 1 gram of gold, as we're using as an arbitrary number, is worth $1, and that $1 piece of paper takes 1 gram of gold to make.
Yeah,
you know,
how does it take?
Price wise, right?
It doesn't take 1 gram of.
It's worth the same. It's worth the same.
It's worth the same. Yeah,
it's worth the same. Then, as Minnow was pointing out, you are creating two things that are exactly the same. That is halving, so it's worth. Like, why am I not just carrying a gram of gold?
Exactly.
Instead of this thing that represents a gram of gold.
Okay.
Do you understand
that? I understand.
Okay.
The reason why we are doing a representative system of money is that you how would I put it to you? Okay, let's say what you value most is your car, right? You value your car very, very well. Let's say you value your car very well, but I don't value your car. I value gold. You find a lot of people in society who value something, but we all agree that gold is precious. We can exchange it for value.
I fucking hate gold.
Okay, silver, whatever it is, whatever precious metal it is.
Meteorite and iron. I like meteorite iron.
Someone said we are all wrong.
Okay. Right. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's say
you see why I like this guy. Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You. That's the value you have. That's the value we respect. And in a way, I feel like if you have a representative currency, like
Antanzu's here. Antanzu thinks that the Shroud of Turin is real. Antanzu, come in and talk about the Shroud of Turin. No, really don't. But
Did it go over 5,000 today? I knew it was up in the high fours.
Yeah.
I did not know that today it went over $5,000.
Bro Joe will tell you, less than 3 months ago, it was worth half that. Like.
I know.
Anyway, no. Back to making fun of my friend. Go ahead.
So, anyways, as I was saying, that is why this is not. I'm not saying anything revolutionary. This has been done. America did this for years.
No, because as we discussed earlier, inflation and interest rates come into account. And
only when you have fake, mostly when you have a fake money, when you have fiat currency.
It became fake money, and the whole stock market as it is now.
Well, the truth is, we print too much money in this country for our own good. We print more. We hurt ourselves the amount of money we print. We could do better printing half as much money a year. You'll find
what happens is when economies collapse is de-inflation. And we always want a wee bit of inflation, right?
You always want about 0.2% or something. Yes.
Right? Yeah. My opinion is that like inflation relative to interest rates, inflation should always be in and around 3 to 5% of what interest rates are. That will guarantee that what you buy, as in a house or land or whatever, will increase in value.
3 to 5% of the interest rate. Yeah. Okay.
Right. People can then also borrow money, but it keeps a cap on it. Now, I'm not saying that is the rule that we should say as a foundational thing, but this is one of the ideas that I'm suggesting for a perfect society before everybody gets the cat out. Meow, meow. John, right? What is your one thing, since we can't get past one thing a person?
You asking me?
No, John.
Oh, John, okay.
Right? John, what would your one thing be? Are you bringing a Bible back? Are you bringing a giant 3D printer? Are you bringing the whole encyclopedia? Like, what is the rule, the thing, the thought? You get what I'm saying, John.
I mean, if you're bringing something to society, it's a set of morals, values, and ethics that serve physiological needs, pleasure seeking in a healthy way, and avoiding displeasure.
So you would put that as constitutional?
To a degree, yeah.
Angelo.
How can you say it again a wee bit slower for me and one thing at a time?
Yes, I mean, I would have a constitution or a declaration of tenets that revolve around serving physiological needs of the community, pleasure seeking in healthy ways, and avoiding displeasure.
Sorry, John. I'm not going to be a plonker. Ella, Minnow. You were here first. If it bothers you that Antangelo was here, Antangelo, you know I don't have issues, but I do have a rule. First in, and your presence may bother people. If that is a problem for anyone on the panel that was on the panel before you, I may put you backstage until they leave. It's a rule, and I feel that rules. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
What's the rule? I'm not understanding you, Matt Pig.
Minnow left, and I know that Minnow and Antangelo have differences of opinion. Which can be quite passionate, which I'm trying to avoid and stay with a more logical thing. And I do want Minnow to come in and have the banter. But I have a rule, I stole it off Brojo. I think it's a great rule. Whoever came first, if they have a problem with someone wanting to join, then they're here first, Well,
in all fairness, I think that Doubting Thomas left because I came in. I could be wrong, so might want to apply that there too.
Well, he didn't mention. All right, and I know Minnow better than Doubting Thomas. It's not a favoritism game, but
Sure, I just wanted to let you know, and I'm trying to be equitable to everybody.
It's a good rule, Math Pig. I never thought about it in those terms. I have the same issues on my panel.
That's a good first person,
and I never gave it deep enough thought, consideration to the solution. But what you just enunciated seems to me like a straight up. I'm not saying fair or not fair, but a straight up understandable rule.
Yeah, it came to the point, right? It's something very similar. And if I can do a wee small personal message, I've put the thing out there. If Minnow wants to rejoin, I will kick Antangelo to bring Minnow back in. Sorry, Antangelo. But, rules are good. Me and the child's mother had a rule that the child spends the last weekend of the month with her mum, and I get her every other weekend and all bank holidays, right? So I'm happy to give up one weekend a month because their mum works like me 5 days a week, but I get all of my daughter's free time, you know? And we have this rule. And after the third year and like the 10th argument about what we defined as the last weekend of the month, we came up with a rule which was the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday all must be in the same month. Now,
Sure.
I was expecting my wee girl to be up this weekend because I didn't check the calendar. I'm just roughly doing it in my head and stuff like that. But the first is a Sunday. Next week, the first is a Sunday. So that means that only Friday and Saturday are in the same month. And I'd all planned for my wee girl to come up, you know, this weekend and all the rest of it. And she was like, no, check the calendar. And it is a very simple rule. And it can change.
Sure.
You know, so sometimes the last weekend of the month.
That's your lack of due diligence there, Math Pig, right? You need to be aware of that. Right?
I bought a planner from a wall, okay? It's in the back seat of the car. I got one at the start of the year. I haven't put it up yet. But the point is, that simple rule of making, that means that there's no arguments. Like I said it to her the night on the phone, or the other night on the phone, Alina's up this weekend. She was like, no, you're wrong. And I looked up in the calendar, and literally there's no argument. Because that's the rule that we agreed. You know, the argument's ended. There's no back and forth. There's no I want or I want. It's just, that's the rule we agreed.
That's the rule. I'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Okay. John, feel free. Go on. Your first.
You said we were asking. I said we would have a set of morals, values, ethics, and laws built on satisfying, you know, helping people satisfy physiological needs.
Okay.
People find pleasure in a healthy way.
Right. Moral was your first word. How would you define morality for the society of 20,000 people?
Well, like I mentioned, it comes underneath an umbrella of three hierarchies of things, which is
so these
physiological needs is number one, which is a person's right to breathe, a person's right to fuel, hydrate, stay warm, excrete, have sex, and be safe in a society.
Okay, so we're putting that down as Constitution Rule number one.
Well, remember, Constitution Rule number one is morals, values, and ethics that create laws that govern these three hierarchical things.
I don't want people to if you say morals, Antangelo's morals, my morals, this guy beside me's morals, they are different. You define them, right? Morals. You define that first word as what you just did. And I said, right, that's the thing. Okay, I'm asking you to define morals. You just did.
Morals are things that satisfy people being able to meet their physiological needs that don't impair on the physiological needs of others. Same thing with pleasure seeking. You can
no, not same thing. We're trying to do rules, right?
I'm forming rules and you keep interrupting me because you're not understanding.
Would you leave it vague? I want it written down so nobody can change it in the future.
I was being concise and you were interrupting me because you're going down a different path.
No, I'm interrupting you because I've had about 1,000 milligrams of caffeine.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
And you're Irish and it's your channel.
Oh, no. It's
you do you, boo.
It's all about the caffeine. I am hyped up. Plus, to be fair, before I came on live stream, I've had a really good night. And, being weird and all that. Like Daniel, as I said, I met in group and we both have the same mindset. Like when somebody says something in the thing, in the group, I can look over at the person with a weird face because they said that. And then I look at Daniel and he's making this. Like we agree on a lot of things, but we also disagree on enough to keep the conversation.
I want to ask a question too.
I'm in a good mood.
John.
John. He needs to take his microphone out of his ass, but his name is John.
John.
Yes.
When you said morals, like you explained morals like do not impede on other people's need to achieve what they need to achieve and whatnot. But my thought was like, would is when someone believes in and when an atheist says morals versus a religious person says morals, they are two different things. Morals can be different.
I just said, John, when you're not speaking, can you mute? Your mic is bouncing, it's touching your body or whatever, it's moving.
You think my mic is bouncing?
Yes, it sounds like it's touching your body, like you're walking around or whatever. It's bop, 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 bop. It's clicking.
That's weird. Because
Okay.
I'm not moving at all.
I can hear you clearly right now.
Yeah, we can hear him. I'm just saying it's annoying people that's listening.
So, John, like when you say morals and you made that description, it can be deeper than that, because what a religious person sees as a good moral can be different from what a non-religious person sees as good morals. Yet you gave a generic explanation that not impeding on each other's physiological needs is a good basis, and I agree. But like it can be more complex than that.
Morals are all, in my opinion, a shade of gray, right? There's no black.
Sorry. No, these two people were talking. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude, Doug. I didn't mean to unmute you. He's talking to John. I want to hear John's opinion. And John doesn't speak now. That's
what I'm trying to figure out is I just want to make sure that it's on my correct microphone. So give me 1 second to figure out my mic.
That sounds a lot better. Whatever you did, that sounds a lot better and clearer.
Hold on a sec. This is not my right mic.
It literally just sounded like you were moving around, man. That's all.
Nope. Now I'm switching it over. Give me a second.
Okay, now I feel like an ass because I'm going to say, Dougie, do you want a couple of minutes to fill silence and put your point in?
Testing 1, 2.
Well, I didn't mean to butt into on John.
That's fine. Testing 1,
That's
2
big.
for John. Yes, testing.
You hear me, right?
Yes.
All right. I had to switch my microphone over from the laptop to my headset, and I don't know why it wasn't like that to begin with.
Yeah. StreamYard does that. If you haven't been in a while, it's the cookies.
So that's what I had to fix. So it's possible that when I was like wiggling my leg, the laptop was making noise. So now you hear me fine because I'm on the headset.
Can you redefine the first word you said, which was morals?
No, that's not what I said. I said.
Okay, sorry, Daniel. I'll shut up. Daniel, John, Daniel, go on ahead.
Yeah, I said. You heard my question, right? Like morals for a religious person can be more. You gave a good generic description of not impeding on one another's physiological needs or desires, but it can be more deeper than that, especially when you're dealing with multiple religion and whatnot.
Well, I mean, when you think about morals, you're thinking in as a general term, you're deciding either individually or communally what is right and wrong.
Yes.
And I'm saying that the morals of my society would satisfy me helping all citizens meet their physiological needs in healthy ways without impeding on the physiological needs of other humans. So that would be moral number 1.
Okay, good. I like that. Moral number 1. Please repeat that. I'm fucking about with the sentence to try and sort everybody in the chat. Repeat moral number 1.
So number 1 would be to satisfy supporting 100% of the citizens to have their physiological needs met in healthy ways that don't impede upon the needs of other citizens in that community.
And that's physiological, food-wise, health-wise.
Yeah, you're talking about physiological needs, which is your need to breathe, fuel, hydrate, excrete, have sex, warmth, and safety.
Okay, that's 1. I can't argue against that.
No.
And then getting into moral number 2, same thing, governing all citizens to be able to seek pleasure, what we find enjoyable in subjective ways.
Why do you care about pleasure too much?
You said,
Don't let me finish the point.
Can we say that you finish this sentence and then answer his question?
Sure. So pleasure seeking, you can seek subjectively whatever brings you pleasure, so long as it doesn't impede upon the pleasure of other people's in a very libertarian political viewpoint.
Okay, Daniel, your turn.
Meeting your physiological needs, wouldn't that also amount to covering pleasure? Why do you need to Like, why do you need to specify it particularly?
Because physiological needs, to me, are universal. Which means you have biological driven, you have internal biological processes that run within your internal body to satisfy those needs. And when they go unsatisfied, your subconscious will drive your actions, behaviors, and choices and decisions to get those needs met.
Okay, Daniel?
Some people, food might be pleasure. And you mentioned food already. So in my mind, I'm just like, are you trying to say sexual needs or something? Because
I'm talking about things that are enjoyable outside of physiological needs that are going to be
if I can try
biological in their nature.
If I can try and do a translation, I think that Daniel's trying to make the point, the premise, the idea that if eating food is as pleasurable as what can be, then that goes against your physiological needs because you would be overweight, you would do this. So it creates a contradiction in that situation.
And I would disagree.
Yes, 100%.
And I disagree with that because you could say breathing's pleasurable. Excreting and taking a dump or a leak is pleasurable.
Yes,
that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm suggesting is
please, John, if I can, John, no. You had your bit. It's over here in this group now. We've got our wee bit, right? Could you address the direct thing that I'm asking and the contradiction in the premise of what you're saying for your constitution about how you would apply these rules to someone who making themselves overweight is pleasurable to them, but how are you going to put them into prison because they're not adhering to meeting their physiological needs? Like you see the issue in the morality we're having in that argument. Please address that argument. Overeating causes pleasure.
Well, I definitely believe that any type of addiction, including overeating, is different than when I'm talking about fueling in healthy ways.
When you say any other thing, that's literally the start of what about?
No, let him.
Okay. Sorry, Daniel, you're in charge. Go on ahead.
Yeah, let him finish.
John? So I said there's a significant difference between when I say fueling in healthy ways and then you conflating it into an addiction like eating addiction.
No. You said pleasure 3 or 4 times. Daniel's
but you didn't let me finish my definition of pleasure seeking before you interrupted because you conflated and said, hey, let's draw pleasure seeking into these physiological needs because satisfying physiological needs can be pleasurable. So I'm suggesting that physiological needs are very different than satisfying pleasure seeking in cognitive, experiential, and emotional ways.
Okay.
So I'm differentiating our biological needs with our cognitive, experiential, and emotional needs. And because I didn't get to further define pleasure seeking and avoiding displeasure, it got lumped into a conversation we're having right now.
Okay, now that's your 1 and 2 moral rule. What's your third?
It was avoiding displeasure.
Okay.
Of what doesn't feel good.
So someone has a right to avoid displeasure. What if what makes me pleasurable also makes you doesn't give you pleasure, like gives you displeasure? What happens? I'm already violating your rule already.
In terms of what happens is it would be if you are doing something that is displeasurable to another person, it's going to be subjective in its nature. But at the same time, is what you're doing impeding on the pleasure seeking and displeasure of another person? So I'm a big believer in a libertarian political viewpoint, which means do whatever the hell you want as long as you're not impeding physically on the needs of somebody else.
So then we go back to Dougie, who said like this is all morality is all what did you say, Dougie?
I said it's all a shade of gray.
Yeah. So
very subjective is what I believe he means.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So Dougie, give us your point on how to make
Well,
it.
I think you need to
Dougie
account.
did. No. Dougie did. Right? Don't give John an out. I want you to push John.
Why I don't want to push John anymore is like I think 2 of his rules already contradict with number
No,
one.
sorry, you're correct. He did do 3 rules. Epsilon, he did his 3 rules. You're correct. Epsilon is greater than his 3
Yes.
rules.
So do you want 3 rules from me?
No, 3 rules, 3 collections. Like you could say, I feel that the entire works of Shakespeare is something that, like, you know, whatever.
Okay.
We're going to do a
So
if it was outside my personal wants, desires, and needs for this conversation, I'll slam it down. Go for it.
okay. So let me make sure I understand the assignment. So you want me to make rules for an sort of ideal society?
Yes.
What you think would be the best beneficial society. Yes.
Gotcha.
Right? These are things that in the hypothetical, the 20,000 people that have arrived in North, South America, whatever, you know, the island, this landmass that covers all seasons and all things. You've got this wonderful area. What are you going to do? Like, what have these people agreed to? What are the things that these people have agreed to? The 3 foundational premises, ideas, things that you feel are necessary. If you want, it could be, you know, a satellite to the moon so we can find aliens. It could be the Library of Alexandria. It could be a 3D printer. It could be rules and regulations, which is what other people have went. But, like, go.
All right. So I want to give you a little bit of, I want to start a little bit of background first. Okay. Because, you know, it's a little weird for me to be imposing my rules on a whole society because
you're not
I'm not really qualified to do that. I will tell you.
You're not imposing rules. This group of 20,000 people have agreed to these rules.
Okay. Well, let me say what my personal values are, and then I guess we can assume that we've got a society of people who have values that are roughly in harmony with each other.
Yes.
Okay, so my personal values, and I'm not pretending I completely live up to these because I certainly don't, but I try. I value what I call honesty, gentleness, and mercy.
Right. You've
okay, so honesty means trying not to fool myself, seeing things for what they are. Right?
Reality.
Gentleness.
Define truth as something that can be correlated by someone else. Yes.
What was that?
You said something that can be true. I define truth as something we can correlate with reality, which something can be backed up by other people.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yes.
Yeah, it was a random thought, and yeah.
I mean, okay. So I try not to fool myself. I try to see things as they are, and notice my own biases, and not try to work around them.
So you try to be objective and self-aware.
Yeah. Gentleness, I would say, means trying to work for the sort of benefit of society, including myself and others, and not doing harm. And then mercy, I would think, is just a general trying to avoid being vindictive. Okay, so those are sort of the things that I value and that I try to live up to in my life. Okay. So I think that one thing that would be very important to a society like this would be education. Okay, I think that giving people what might be called a liberal arts education, I think would be very important. Basically, giving people the tools they need in order to sort of understand the world and basically form opinions. It like what was the word I'm trying to think of?
Creative
Not
thinking.
just have opinions for the sake of having opinions, but having informed opinions.
Okay.
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 So basically,
Oh, you're doing the whole. Okay, I
Yeah.
wait after you just sacked his. Go on ahead. Go on ahead. You're the guest.
yeah. So basically, you're kind of creating the American society.
Oh fuck around.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah, because the American Constitution values liberal arts, creating an informed society. These are all encoded in the American Constitution. Kind of like
Are they? I'm not sure about that.
Not directly, but like freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
They're implied in the Bill of Rights.
In the Bill of Rights, yeah.
Oh, in the Bill of
They are
Rights.
implied in the Bill of Rights.
Bill of
Everything
Rights.
you mentioned, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, no. So
Okay.
clearly, the people who wrote the Constitution did value these things, but there's no sort of requirement that people have informed opinions. There's just because, of course, how do you decide whose opinion is informed or not, right? There's not a way to do that.
It's all subjective.
Without putting someone in charge of deciding, right? That's not something you can really do.
Epsilon, in a way, they tried to do that by saying only landowners could vote. That's a kind of informed.
Right. And so,
you got a fifth.
So the thing is that you can't. What I'm saying is, they basically said, "Oh well, these are the people who know what they're doing. We'll just let them vote." And what I'm saying is, no, let's give everyone the tools so that they're able to, not saying, "Oh, this particular group are the people who should make the decision."
May I put in my three things, right, to try and add to this conversation, because I feel that Epsilon and me agree on a few things. I may be able to word it differently with a few additions, maybe a few things.
Almost everyone agrees with Epsilon.
Of course, right? Yeah. He's better than you. He's right? Who doesn't love Epsilon? He's literally loved me, but on his back, right? Now, I would say with Epsilon that education is key, right? With a wee slight caveat to add a little bit more detail, I would say that education should not, mainstream education, as in other things and this, that, and the other, like French and stuff, right? Most things, main things I would consider to be, you should be able to read and write by the age of 5, okay? No mad rush, aim for 5, reading and writing, but at a good level, okay? More so than what is available now with the, right? Elena can read very well. I obviously can't speak very well, but Elena can read very well for an 8-year-old, okay? And that's through giving her more advanced things. So, but at a later stage, having the child to have the ability to play and mess around and be a kid, but in a creative way. So you put them in a room with other kids and you let them build a pyramid, putting geometric shapes together, teaching things like that, if I can, Daniel, yeah? You also, as I say, reading and writing, good grammar comes with books, big words. Elena uses big words that shocks do. I know I'm saying big words, right?
Multi-syllable?
Pardon?
Multi-syllable? You said you were
she's 4 or 5, like, yeah, she's very good, right?
Oh my God.
It's a funny joke we're making, right? But these mathematics, I think that being able, as I say, good grammar, right? Reading. These things should be encouraged under 5 at the level relevant to the child, with games and being outside and playing, putting letters together in an order, teaching them, make it fun. Kids should be under no pressure whatsoever before 5 and 6-year-old, right? That's my opinion. They should be able to have fun and learn, okay? Past that, I think critical thinking, philosophy, chemistry, science, These are core foundations. You move from math and science to these discussions. Again, at the level of the child. Okay? And once they start getting into adulthood and hitting puberty and start thinking for themselves and this, that, and the other, you should start teaching them to see the difference between actual objective facts and some guy at the head of a cult who's just saying stuff. Be able to tell the difference between this, that, and the other. Teach kids to go out and be creative. All the time during this, they are pushed to be creative. They are not told what it is. They are shown the way it is, and they have to figure out how to work their way through it. That's my view on education. That's my constitution number one. Right?
Okay. So, I mean, what you're saying sounds in many ways similar to what I'm saying. I think the big difference here is that you've been putting a lot of thought into this, and I'm just on the spot being asked this without having to be able to think about it for a long period of time.
Epsilon, I think that me and you have similar ideas. I've just did more wee bit thought out. Right? Here, everyone else got 3. I just got my 1 out. You stop waving at me, Daniel. Put your hand down.
No, when I put my hand up, like I'm trying to tell you that I want to say something when you have time.
Okay, that's cool. Wait up, right? Number 2, simple rule, right? Number 2, with number 1 being more prevalent than everything else, okay? You know, because it's number 1. Number 2, as the follow-up rule, if you can help someone, it is your obligation to help someone, not at the detriment of yourself, okay? If it is detrimental to yourself, either financially, physically, mentally, don't. But if you can help that person and it doesn't affect you, i.e., teach that person how to read or write, give them a tutor group, you know, oh my goodness, you know how to hang a door and they need to hang a door. You know, if you can help someone on the small personal level, person to person, you should, right? That's an obligation, right? You should be chastised if you don't, all right?
Well, the chastised or
in jail or what?
Yeah, you're talking about the rules for the government, aren't you?
Okay, right. I'll take away the chastised thing. All right, that's more of a thing, right? Okay, right. But if you have an obligation, you have an obligation. If you can help someone without making your life worse or in any way taking away from what you have achieved and what you are at, I feel that you should. All right, that's that phrase that my mum said. I'm 42. I've heard that phrase for 42 years that I can remember. If you can't help someone, you should help someone. All right, like, you know, I grew up with my mum taking in kids that have been kicked out of their houses. I've like, you know, 20 fucking homeless dogs in my house at one stage. Like, you know, you can't help someone, you should help someone. That's just the simple thing. Rule number 2. We'll give it a wee description afterwards. We can slam it out in Congress. But if you can help someone, I feel you have an obligation to help someone. All right. Number 3. Oh, eugenics? No, we're not going to.
No.
Oh God.
That's a funny flashback joke from earlier. Okay, I made a joke about breeding snakes, and Daniel said if you applied these rules to humans, you'd be a Nazi in eugenics. I'm like, dude, I'm breeding snakes. All right. Well, you get the funny.
It's all hypothetical, right? So
yes, this is hypothetical, right? Well, no, I do actually own snakes, and I do have bought them because of their genetics, right? You're fucking this up, right? Rule number 3. Okay. Everybody should have a basic standard of living. That is a very hard thing to slam out. I am believing a possible idea of a universal basic income where everybody can achieve something. You know, everybody is entitled to a house. Everybody is entitled to furniture. Everybody is entitled to food. All right. If you want to put back into society and host a community hall where you help the kids, then you are maybe deserving of a few extra points and you can buy a fancy seat. If you want to put, like, you can.
Where do the resources come from for this?
Pardon?
Where do the resources come from?
What do you mean?
Everybody gets to have a house, right? Well, where does it? How does it? It doesn't magically appear. Who provides it, and at what cost, and who pays the bill?
If you look back in a thing called the post-war consensus, afterwards, especially in the UK where I'm living from, over 70% of the houses in the UK were owned by the government.
Absolutely, they still are, aren't they, or more? I know.
No, it's 30%. What are you talking about, dude? It's under 30% now.
Your land.
I know plenty of people living in council flats in England.
That's totally fine, man. And are them people who are living in council flats really suffering and doing not great? No jobs, lacking food, lacking help, and on the internet most of their time.
They're on the dole and they're online.
Yes. And this is the thing, because these people are the people who are most in need. And because the government has so little houses available.
Okay, what I fail to understand
get put to the top of the list. This is how it creates communities of council houses and council estates where people get a bad rap, because the people who are in need the most are the people given these places. You ask anybody in this
once again, I wonder, where do the resources? You want to give these people houses, not council flats. I get it. How is this provided for? Where does the resource come that provides for that?
Dude,
money. Right?
The American dream was based upon the idea of the post-war consensus. Look up the history.
What post-war consensus?
The thing that's
I don't know what that is. I don't know what's post-war consensus, but I'm just asking.
Where everybody was, all the men that went out to go and die in the Second World War, both America, the UK, and a few other European countries agreed that when these men come back from war, we would guarantee by the government that they would have a basic standard of living where you could have one job and people could live. Food was affordable. Everything was regulated by the government. You all scream communism. It's socialism. It was a mixture, but then neoliberalism stepped in. Thatcher fucked everything up.
You mean after the Second War?
Yeah.
I'm getting passionate. I'm going to get Daniel gets the seat. Daniel, I need to go sit in the dark.
Yeah.
They shouldn't promise things they can't provide.
Okay. From what I heard from Dougie, Epsilon, and John, you guys are all basing your society on the American system, basically. I think because culturally that's where we grew, that's where our traditions come from. I think so. We all understand that. So in a way, I'll just simplify it by saying, let's say we have the American system, the Commonwealth, the law. We have the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the first and second. What will you take out of that to make it more perfect or more better, or what will you add to it?
I can answer that question right away.
Okay, yes.
I would take out every amendment after the Bill of Rights, 11 through whatever number we're on now. Take them all out, throw them out. Start from the beginning again with the basic fundamental idea.
I agree with you, Messenger John.
Throw them out. Listen, the amendments are thousands of pages long. The Constitution is one page. Think about it.
Yeah. John, what do you say? John?
John might be.
What was your question?
Like, basically, from all our points, everything we've all mentioned comes out of the American Constitution, Commonwealth law, and the Bill of Rights and everything. So I'm saying, like, to just simplify this idea of creating a perfect society, what would you add or what would you take out of the American Constitution or the American system that will make a more perfect society? Does that make sense? This is my first time.
It does and it doesn't. I mean, I don't like how our American government is set up right now.
Okay.
I don't think it provides a level of one. I don't believe there's a complete such thing as fairness, equality, and justice. There just isn't, no matter how bad you try to do that. We're all born with different gifts. We're all born with different backgrounds, knowledge, experience that set us apart for what we're gifted in and what we're not. And I definitely am not a fan of going to socialistic or communism type governments, because I think that just stymies and stagnates people being innovative and wanting to grow. Everybody's just like, well, if I'm getting paid to do the same thing, I'm just going to pick the task that's, the path of least resistance and less effort. So, if I'm picking something that I'm looking to do, of course, I'm going to look at what, the United States did as a model, because it's such a very new government. We the people, in our preamble was, what, roughly 300 years ago?
Yeah, 350.
So you're talking about, that's not that long ago, and that's real soon to even where we're at now. And yes, our technological advances, our medicine advances, our psychological advances, all the things that we've done in society to better understand ourselves as a human race, how our government's set up right now doesn't satisfy that growth. So if I was going to redo things, I would still have a preamble. I would still have a core constitution of articles to, be like, what's the purpose of our government? What's the measure of our success? And what's the rights of people? And what's the responsibilities of people? How does our laws and justice work? What do we do with children and families and education and economy? So it would have to be all reorganized, but it would need to be reorganized in a way for how we've grown and advanced, civilly, and obviously not so civilly over time. What's worked, what hasn't worked. When I look at our Constitution, they created and set up the Constitution so that it could be changed and modified. The problem is we fucking haven't really done that all too much.
I was trying to get to the point, because all I just said is like, you are critiquing the current system. Quite all right. Everyone here will critique the current system. We are just saying, what will you take out? What will you add? We understand that.
I'd take it all out and I'd start with my own. I'd be like, here's my preamble. Here's article number 1, the purpose of our government. Here's article number 2. Here's the measure of national success. Here's article number 3. Here's the rights of the people. Here's article number 4, the responsibilities of the people. And I would start to build, a core foundation of what that is, and then detail it out in terms of laws to support the Constitution thereafter.
Dougie, what do you think about that?
You asking me?
Yeah. What do you think about his point?
Well, I understand his point of view exactly, but I stand by what I said. I think the founding fathers did it as well as anyone today could do it. I would throw out every amendment after the Bill of Rights, everything they've done since, right? Start over again. I would.
You don't think abolition of slavery was good?
Except that, obviously, I'm black. So
yeah, no, absolutely. They didn't need that amendment. Listen, do you think there would be slaves today if that amendment didn't pass? Do you think today there would be slaves in America?
Rojo, backstage.
I'm just asking.
Dougie, I would say this.
Yes.
You're right that even if the amendment was not there, there wouldn't be slaves today.
It was a political.
The amendment legalized.
Lincoln wanted to send all the black people to Liberia, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
He actually did. It was a bad idea.
That was his solution.
Perfect idea. It was not a perfect solution.
That was a political stunt.
Lincoln was a dictator.
Yes.
Well, listen, before Lincoln, the states had rights. Ever since Lincoln, the states, the federal government has been encroaching on and taking away the rights of the states. In my opinion, the federal government should take care of international diplomacy. That includes war, right? That's everything. They should regulate international trade. What they shouldn't do is wipe our ass. They shouldn't give anything. They should not fund anything other than national defense. That's what's important. The states were given the right by the Constitution to take care of everything else. Read the Constitution, you'll see it.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I forgot what article it is. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, you're right.
But they were given the right. So all things not itemized herein are given to the states.
And that's why the South formed the United Confederate States.
I'm a states' rights advocate.
But
right?
John,
I don't think the federal government, listen, everything the federal government touches, it corrupts and spoils. Everything.
I agree with that.
Without
John,
fail. They should
Dougie.
stay the fuck out of our business.
Yeah, Dougie, you've made your point. John,
Okay, sorry. I'm done.
John, you said, what did you say? You said the South. You said something.
I said this. That's why the South, formed the United Confederate States to begin with, is because they felt that the federal government had no right to impose their will on their state sovereignty.
But then,
and they were, according to the Constitution,
so I'm agreeing with Dougie.
Right.
It was to me the Civil War wasn't fought over slavery. The Civil War was fought over liberty and sovereignty.
You're 100% correct. I'm not sure what side of the war I would have supported.
So I don't like to me, if you have the freedom to enter a union, you should have the freedom to lead or secede from a union.
Yeah, what club do you pay dues? You join, then you
and when the South seceded into the United Confederate States, Lincoln said that is not a authorized country, and any country outside of the United States that says it is a country, the United States will go to war with them too. So that fucker was a dictator, in my opinion. Lincoln was a dictator.
I kind of feel like we should have let them go. I think we should have encouraged California to go too a few years ago when they were threatening. I was like, oh, this would be great. And it wasn't the first Civil War, right? Vermont tried to secede in 1798. Was it the Whiskey Rebellion or some shit? They were like, fuck you, we're out of here. But we didn't let them do that either.
I know Ella has the opposite opinion of all what you guys have said. So I'm thinking
we could have let the South secede. I'm not sure Lincoln was within his rights not to.
Well, but I mean, it's not about whether he was in his rights.
Then we could deal with them on a geopolitical level. Then we could have dealt with them on a in a geopolitical level. They would have been back. They weren't going to go anywhere.
Let's let Ella speak.
They weren't going to go. We didn't have to kill 68,000 Americans to keep the South. I agree.
My father was a history teacher, so I'll just let him. It's not worth it.
Okay, I'm back. What happened?
Apparently,
what did I get wrong?
We got a little bit off topic.
Oh my God, there was
no.
People spoke all at the same time.
No, we all got to actually speak because Math Pig wasn't interrupting every 5 seconds. It was amazing.
Right. See that mouse there, Daniel?
Yeah.
Almost like it's his channel.
I know. What the fuck's he thinking?
Epsilon.
Okay, no, I'll be quiet.
Yes.
Epsilon. Okay.
Hey, Matt, do you have me blocked on WhatsApp?
Are you talking to me?
No. I'm obviously talking to my ex.
Oh, I thought you said Messenger, not Math Pig.
No, Math Pig.
She's asking if you blocked her on WhatsApp.
Not in the next 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
So Epsilon, as I was saying,
fuck me, live shit and all that. Here, does anyone want to see my penis while we're at it? My goodness.
All right, folks, I gotta go when the penis comes out because I'm good.
I'm not gonna stick around for that either.
Okay, Epsilon. Speaking about the same question, you've not given your point.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not about to try to redesign the government from the ground up because I'm not really qualified to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like there are a couple of reasons why the system as it is now is not working well. And I think when Math Pig was asking, I gave one suggestion, which was to make sure that people are able to form informed opinions, right? Yeah. So that
just got a warning on YouTube, people. They don't like the title "Fuck French People." Also, Q likes eating my ass. That was the name of the last live stream that failed with the bad audio.
Right.
Yeah, I got a warning for that through YouTube.
Yeah, I remember that. That was probably not the best choice of titles.
It was Q's idea. I just got a warning. I'll shout out. I'm okay.
I think they sent an email about that shit like years ago that very clearly stated what we are and aren't allowed to say in
I
our
also
titles.
don't share what YouTube tells me to do. I'm a libertarian. No government for me.
Okay, but like, do you go to the water park and then like blatantly like break the rules of the water park that are like posted right in front of you and then get mad when they throw you out?
I did go to the trampoline park and blatantly break the rules. We are not allowed to take pictures because Elena had like done a thing on the trampoline and I waited and was very nice. And to be fair, they let me get like one video and 14 pictures off before they come over and went, stop taking pictures. And I'm like,
Okay. But did you get mad at them
I
for
didn't
like?
get mad at them. I thanked them
There
for
you
letting
go.
me get away with what they did.
All right.
There you go.
And,
That's the difference.
Okay, so Epsilon.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue.
Oh, well, what I was saying is,
Next.
I feel like there has been a real breakdown in sort of the quality of education, and people seem to, a lot of people seem to lack, I want to say, media literacy right now.
I understand your point. I want to ask a question. Don't you think Dougie was right when he said like the amendments like broke down the right structure of government, making our education system more flawed the way you see it currently?
Which specific amendments do you think did that?
Okay, mandating public schools. Initially, there was no public schools.
Right.
The state handled schooling and private schooling.
Would you define differences between federal and state? Just because like the state's funded is the same as the school's funding it, because the state is as big as this entire country. It's the same thing.
Oh no, we are speaking in the American terms. State means like county.
Oh, you mean county when you say state talking to Americans? Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense. I'm right, you're wrong.
Counties are subdivisions within states.
No. In America, it is subdivision within state.
Disagree with the
In
Americans.
England, a county is a state. Yeah, I know. It's the same. I know what an English county is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you guys are speaking. What Mad Pig is defining as a county is a state in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daniel, apparently there's somebody backstage.
Yeah. Okay, I can't see.
Yeah, make it small. Who's there?
Okay.
What are they named?
Lupinastro.
What?
Lupin.
Oh, it's Lupin.
Yeah.
Let me see his face. Oh yeah. You run rings around him with your brain. He has no idea what's going on. He's a baby. He thinks creationism is real, and he actually said to me that because
I don't think creationism is real. I know that it's real.
Let me finish. Lupin said that because I am an
real.
evolutionist, I believe the cows give birth to dogs. Lupin said that. It's on recording. It's on. That's what I believe because I'm an evolutionist. This is Lupin. Look at him with the Illuminati behind him.
You think you came from an amoeba, man? That's cool. I think I came from God. You think you came from an amoeba? It is what it is.
Love you.
Hello, Lupin.
Hello, Lupin. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. What's up? I heard I heard somebody just starting off with like an amazing philosophical words that people can think about expressing things of expression or something of the sort. I just got bravo on whatever you were trying to say right there. That was something. That was good. I don't remember exactly what it is. You could just go back a couple minutes. People can people are allowed to express their expressive creativity. I don't remember what it was. It was hilarious though.
Okay.
So I was like, I know I'm joining.
I don't know you honestly.
I know I'm just joining into a stream full of intellectual people.
Lupin, sorry to interrupt. Just to let you know, it's not just me here. I can't get my camera working because it's actually attached to the cool 3D printer up the stairs. But I have a friend with me. This is Daniel. Daniel meet Lupin. So when the voice is changed, it's not me trying to put on an accent and make fun of you. It's an actual different person, okay?
Oh, he's like actually around you?
Yeah.
He's sharing his mic with somebody else.
Yeah,
Kinda
I've got
great, but
friends.
alright.
Because that's why I've not been on the internet. I do go out and touch grass.
I'm gonna have to go here in a minute, and I'd like to take a second before I go just to check with Ella again. What did I get wrong from a historical standpoint? I'm not sure about the Vermont thing, the year, but I do know that they did try and secede. They did try and secede, didn't they?
Dude, I wasn't taking notes. Like, it's not.
Oh.
You're fine. Like, I got no beef with you. Like, I found it entertaining. Like, just like after what bill should the Bill of Rights? Did you say that the Bill of Rights should cut off?
11. No, after the 11th.
Starting with the 11th. Get rid of all of them. Start again.
Okay.
Start again.
I see where you're at, man, and I see that you are consistent with your beliefs.
Yeah.
We gotta hand it to you for that.
Was that a European person like criticizing the Bill of Rights, or was it an American?
Oh, there's a compliment for.
I didn't hear anybody criticize the Bill of Rights up here.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here is
saying should have
criticizing
stopped
the Bill of Rights. Right.
Somebody said what was it? The Bill of Rights or the amendments?
The amendment should stop after the 11th amendment.
I said get rid of all of them.
They should repeal all the rest of the amendments.
Okay, well, I mean, you sound American, so I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. If you're from a different country, you're not, though. I'm just saying.
I would take exception with
from
you anyway.
Nigeria.
I am an American, but everybody's entitled to their opinion of no matter what country they're in. So.
Well,
I mean, it's Magic's channel, so I kind of feel like it's a little
you're entitled to your opinion, yeah, but you can't express your opinion in a lot of places. But no, I agree with you 100% there.
He can express his opinion.
I have my opinion about European politics too. I just
so
haven't
do I.
expressed it here. But I do gotta go though. I'm running out of time. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Shout out to Britistan.
Lots of love for Dougie.
All right.
Lots of love for Dougie. Thank you.
Good night, Dougie.
Pig, thank you very much for having me. Dan in the back.
Yeah.
Lupin, Ella, Messenger, whose name is John, I believe, and Epsilon.
Yep.
Who I don't know what your name is, I don't think, but
yeah, Dougie, it was great talking to you, bud. You have a good night.
I'll come back at some point. You're all welcome to check out my channel. I do panels too. They're not like this.
Drop your link in the.
I'll drop it on my way out
again.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
I also do. Hey, nice to meet you, Doug. I don't know you, but I love you, man. But that's because I'm a Christian. I'm commanded to, and I think it's a good commandment to live by. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take care, brother.
See ya.
Okay. Thanks, Dougie. You can put the link to your channel, I think, in the chat. So
look at you. You're a fucking natural. Listen to this boy. Never doing this before. You're total natural.
Oh, I'm a YouTuber. I've been on YouTube forever.
Yeah, and I have to run as well, everybody. I got some
around the house. Matt Pig, how lit are you? How drunk are you right now?
I'm halfway down a 1 bottle of wine. I have had a few smokes.
Okay.
4 out of 7.
It's more like too much.
Yeah.
It sounds like a 5.3. 5.3. I don't know. He was. I just saw him
more accurate. I'm just telling you what he's saying.
We're gonna come over. No. We're gonna come over, right? And I'm gonna do this, right? Lupin, I apologized for my nastiness towards you when you come in, but we will say this. Why is it important to you that I've had a drink and a smoke with a friend? Well,
dude,
why?
I'm having a drink right now. I was just asking, how lit are you?
That's cool. Do you think that if I drink more, you can like outsmart me with your cows and dogs, or like what is my intoxication level so important for you?
It's not important to me.
Okay,
that's cool. To be honest with you, I could outsmart you in my sleep or even dead. But
really simple.
I'm not going to try and go there. I wanted to keep it nice and friendly.
Really simple. Square root of 81.
Well, you might have me. Square root of 81. 9.
There you go. You did well. Okay. It only took you 5 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm not here to take a math quiz, bro.
No, but
that was far less than 5 seconds. That was less than 2 seconds. Like,
Not only
fucking
that,
play
I
that
mean,
shit back.
he just buy glass art. Nice, yeah. No, I'm hated here. I'm pretty sure. Pretty much, I'm adding.
Lupin,
I'm
first
adding
of all,
content
I think I'm
to.
moderator, right? So I don't know you enough to hate you. So you're still you're still here.
Daniel,
Are you an atheist, my friend?
Okay, Ella, you have
No, wait. I was serious.
Huh?
Are you an atheist?
No, I believe in God.
Oh, amen, brother.
Amen. Ella, I haven't heard much of you, and I'm curious.
Here.
Like, I want to know more, like about this topic, or it doesn't interest you at all.
Oh, I mean, the topic does interest me. We were talking when it was veering more into like education and stuff. That's kind of more my jam lately. But
Oh, so I think if you were to fix something in our current society, you enforce education, kind of.
that yeah, I think I was the first one to say that I would mandate some
What
form
kind of education, though?
Tell Lupin to shut up. Lupin, shut up. I want to ask.
Man, dude, these streams are fucking lame. I can't stand when people are like, "Shut up" and everything. You guys gotta learn how to talk to people. You guys can enjoy yourself. You guys can enjoy yourself.
Lupin.
It was good talking with you, Matt Pig. Good to see you, man. I'm glad to see you doing well.
That's all right. Go. Bye. See you later.
Matt Pig.
Later.
What do you want to say?
Run away now.
He's not running away.
Good riddance.
You chased him away.
No, I didn't chase him away.
No, fucking good riddance. Like,
I treated him like he treats me when I join his channel. I either have to shut up and let him speak because it's his channel, or I will be kicked. And I show him the respect of doing that. He, on the other hand, has not done that, took a hissy fit, and went and took his dildo out of his butt. So
he wanted to be a prick. Whatever. He can fuck off.
yeah, he can fuck off.
Okay,
Ella,
Ella.
if I may, moderator.
Yeah.
All right, maybe
Sorry.
there's history here that I don't
I
really
am a
know.
mod.
May I? No. I'm making a joke about the guy who can actually kick me out of the room physically. Moderator, may I ask Ella a question?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you agree to, like, not 100%, but the premises, the ideas, and the vague thoughts that I put forth for education earlier? Would you be in favor of the things that I suggested for education?
I don't know because you guys fucking beat that fucking topic to death. Like you were like I did have to fucking check out when you guys were like in the minutia of like
and that's why I took over.
That's why he kicked me off the chair. Yeah. No further. That's fair.
So I don't know what all you said. And frankly, I don't think that like the mandated education necessarily needs to be the same. Okay. So just quickly, I'm going to say I am in favor of standardized testing. I am not in favor of like the No Child Left Behind yearly standardized testing, where basically we force teachers into teaching to a standardized test. I think that's fucking bullshit. Okay. And I think that we should let teachers teach.
Yes.
But I do think that there needs to be a certain standard where like we do know that everybody's covering at least the same topics, that kids are getting at least access to the same resources.
Yes.
Where like that they're at least getting the core of information. And then give them however they want to.
Agree.
I want to make a point. I agree with everything you said. And if you want that, then Dougie's point about stopping stopping the amendment at 11 will give you that. That was the old American system. A standardized test for each state, and yet no standardized like mechanism like for teachers and students and curriculum, but a standardized test.
But see, I do think that we need like a standardized curriculum for teachers. I think that we need so the way that our education system was kind of built in the US was not really built for the purpose that it is used as now. which is not to say that that's a bad thing. It just kind of came out of necessity. Whereas the initial schools in our country were just like one-room schoolhouses where the person who was running the school was oftentimes like a teacher or a young woman in her 20s who would only have that position until she would get married. And it wasn't like even like she was maybe considered to be more educated than some of the people in town in that she like had a high school graduation or some basic level of education, but it's not like today's standards where like in most states you need a master's degree to get a teaching certificate, and you need and I think that's a good thing. I do think that having other programs what
getting a master's degree to be a teacher is not a good thing.
So I do think that it is a good thing in some ways. I do think that there should be there's like Teaching for America and alternative programs and stuff like that for people to get a teaching certificate in less time than it takes to get a master's degree. But I do think that there needs to be at least a standard level of education that teachers are getting. If you're going to be teaching other people, you need to have an elite level of education.
Okay. I get your points. Then I think you will. So you like the current system of education. I don't understand where the difference between the current system and what you are advocating for differs.
I think that there should be less standardized testing for students.
Less standardized testing for students.
Yes.
For standardization for teachers on a level 2 reach.
There's already standardization for teachers, or do you want more standardization for teachers, more than there is already?
No, I actually kind of like the way that our system is set up for teachers. There is so like I'm in a weird position where I have like the opportunity for sort of a backdoor program where I will be in a program for like less than a year and then I'll get my teaching certificate. But it is because I have a large amount of college credits and I only want to get my teaching certificate specifically in art. And I have a large amount of college credits that are in fine art specifically. So I have, painting, drawing, theater, those courses. So it's kind of like affirming that, that I do indeed I am an educated person. I'm educated in the arts. And this particular certificate that I'm going for wouldn't allow me to teach like science or math or anything like that, because it affirms the fact that I have education in the fine arts, but I do not have education in math. I do not have education in science. I have very base level college algebra, college biology. Like that's all I have. Undergrad level.
Okay. So what I'm seeing right now is like you just want less standardized testing for students.
Well, not just that, but I think that the standardized testing, the way that it is set up now, has led to a lot of the problems that we are experiencing. And I think that we'd start with that, but like there's a lot of other issues as well.
Okay. We'll start with that. But let's even go to the point. What are the problems you think are with the education system? Because I think you just went straight into fixing it. But I don't even get what we are.
So that was your question.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to start with, standardized testing is the way that our system is set up. We are standardized testing these kids at every freaking grade, right?
Yeah.
So every teacher, every grade has this state test that they know at the end of the year, their pay, literally, their salary is going to be dependent for next year on how well their students do on this test. So they will literally spend sometimes close to an hour of like actual class time just teaching these kids how to like properly take a Scantron test in the hopes that like none of them will get off by a line. And they waste so much energy in just teaching the questions that they know are going to be on the test. This one battle in Civil War history, and they don't get a comprehensive education where they're not actually spending time teaching the kids all about oh, this is what the Civil War is about in general. They're just teaching these one particular little bits of information. So for instance, people my age, most people who are even a little bit younger than me, went through school reading books, right? Every year we pretty much got assigned one book in our English class that we like had to slog our way through. And then maybe we had a good teacher that would like assign, some other reading that we would get to pick what we read, and we do book reports. And every year you would read books, right?
Yeah.
Kids that are growing up today, I want to start out by saying this is kind of impressive. Kids these days will read more words before they get to school than any other children in history ever, just because of all of like the screens and advertisements and like graphic tees and like all of the words that children are inundated with, right? They know how to read words well before they get to school.
That's not true, because you guys have the American system. American education is having a high level of illiteracy currently.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So kids can read words. They're really fucking good at reading words, right? But English teachers have to teach these specific things that, okay, they need to teach dramatic irony in this year, and they need to teach whatever in this year, and they have to teach it at such a specified rate, where it's like first grade must learn all of these things, second grade must learn all of these things, where the teacher can't decide, hey, maybe this is important to focus on this year, and this is important to focus on in this book that's really good for their grade level, or this book will really get them thinking, right? It used to be teachers got to decide which books that they were going to teach which grade level.
I get
but now they don't do that. Kids do not read a book literally. There are children who graduate from high school today, and now adults that are becoming young adults today, who have never read a book.
Elena, definitely Elena.
I understand Elena's not one of them, but there are adults who are graduating from high school today who have never read an entire book from cover to cover that didn't have pictures. I shit you not. And that is not abnormal. I'm like in college right now, and there are college freshmen right now who are like, what? You want me to read an entire fucking book? Because that concept has never been something that is like something that they would do, right? That they've heard of it. Mm-hmm. People will do that. But like,
would you like to hear something funny? I was teaching Elena how to use the software to, use the 3D printer. And she kept going to the touchscreen that much that I deleted the software off the laptop with the touchscreen, put it on my laptop, which has no touchscreen, and made her learn how to use the. Now, not that she doesn't know how to use the mouse, but no, you have to do it this way. Go and look in the folder, do the download, do it proper, and then I left her alone. She went up into her bedroom and she printed 14 dragons.
Ella.
Kids these days will do they can do everything on a tablet. My first day of school was having all these issues with my computer and shit. And I had no problem getting it on my iPad on my phone.
I don't want to go fully into the minute details, as you mentioned. That's where this the stream gets boring of education. But I've gotten your point now. What you're trying to tell me is like in 6 years there should be a standardized test that all students should pass, but they shouldn't be standardized tests for each and every 3 months, which makes the teaching process more difficult and less elaborate. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, it makes it extremely tedious. It makes the job of teaching a job just of bookkeeping, and the children don't actually have like an active, involved teacher teaching them. And they're not learning shit.
I love that point.
Look at the test scores. They're not learning shit.
Yeah.
She is very intelligent.
I think that is one fix for the education system. That will go a long way. I will just add less standardization of teachers, though, because I think the idea of standardizing teachers is the idea of brainwashing teachers, which in turn will brainwash the children, kind of. Anyways,
we have a lot of avenues in the US for teachers to have vastly different backgrounds. You can have a background in religious studies and whatnot, and have it's not.
I am vocally raising my hand. I do apologize to interrupt. I am very sorry for that. Okay, it's just I do wanna we've got stuff on tomorrow. So at 4:30 a.m. at the half hour, which I do believe is 15-20 minutes away. I'm not shutting it down right now.
I was gonna jump at 4, but yeah.
Yeah, it's getting late. We need to make the food and stuff. And we're going for a full rack of ribs tomorrow. Minnow, I'll send you a picture of what we're going for tomorrow. Okay. It's literally double the size of Elena's head. It's fucking huge. It's a shed with stones on the ground and picnic tables under a roof, but they've set up this entire American style smoker thing. It's you have to queue. I'll send you.
Okay.
So
there's a few different American styles.
Yeah,
so.
Ella, thanks for that. So we'll be closing soon. Ella.
No, well, in 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Ella, I got your point. Yeah. So
I think we're mostly in agreement. I think that there are maybe more avenues available for teachers to become teachers than maybe you're aware of. Is the only thing that I would add to that.
Different countries, literally 3.
Okay.
At least in America.
Let me flesh out my criticism of standardized teaching, of standardized. I hate the idea of certifications generally. Over certification of society is a problem. Why? You say this thing. There are some industries that there should be certification, like medical industry. There should be certification for that. People should go through university to learn to be a doctor. We should require them to have a certificate before they practice being a doctor. You get what I'm trying to say. But all I'm saying is some industries should be we should judge them based on their results than on the certificate they have, because a lot of teachers have come out with good certificates, come out going to the teaching school and all that, and they still produce illiterate students. It does. And me coming from Africa, I've seen a lot of teachers with high school education teaching, being good teachers, better than I've had in my life, even in European countries, at least level at which they were teaching. So I feel like if you want to teach a high school level, you should at least have a junior like a uni degree, but nothing major or something, or even a high school degree. If you are qualified to be a teacher, you should be. If you are qualified to, if you know the knowledge, you should share the knowledge.
I'm a better teacher than all teachers.
Exactly. So if
I fight for agreeing with me.
Yeah.
We have programs like that.
You should be allowed to share.
The amount of knowledge that's in this room, right? If I can't, this motherfucker's goal is to help his community back home. All right, I just got waved at. But yes, this motherfucker's goal is a genuine. If you can help someone, you should help someone's situation. He is educating himself to help other people.
I'm just saying that there are a lot of avenues in America for people to become teachers without the typical teaching certificate, where they get more of a, what I forget what it's called. There's a traditional and it's some type of non-traditional teaching certificate, but usually it's 2 years that it takes in training, but it's actually just 1 year in training, and then the second year you're actually in the classroom working under direct supervision.
Okay. I would have preferred if you just have a uni degree, no need for going to extra training. You should just be able to.
Well, that's what it would be. I mean, it wouldn't be associated with the union because we don't have union.
No, I mean, I university degree, like a bachelor's degree.
Oh, a uni.
Yeah, if you have a bachelor's degree, you should be able to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You can in most states. In most states, it doesn't even take that.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, exactly. I put a bachelor's degree, but I feel like a bachelor's degree even might be too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In a lot of places, it's not even that. In a lot of places, it's a 2-year degree.
You have 2 bachelor's degrees. Be honest.
Then I was never mentioning my Epsilon.
Epsilon,
Yes.
Epsilon, dude.
Epsilon. I think we are rounding up, so I think we've all fixed.
We fixed the word.
I think we fixed the.
Oh, we fixed the world already. Awesome.
Yeah.
We agreed that sometimes people need dictatorships.
He won't agree with the solution we came up with. Epsilon, what was your idea to add to the constitution or something?
Oh.
Same as mine.
Well, I mean, definitely.
Every family should have a dog, and if there's more girl children than boy kids, then they should have more cats.
Oh, is that how that works?
I don't know. I'm trying to make shit up as
I don't understand what he just said.
I have no idea. I'm making shit
Reached
up.
5 out of 7.
Honest to fuck, the damn dog that I have is Bethesda. As a reincarnation, my dog thinks that she is a cat. She acts like a cat. She sleeps like a cat. She rubs her side up against, like a cat. Even this motherfucker in the corner was like, dude, this dog doesn't suit you. This is not your personality. Yeah, you should have met my last dog. Pot was me, all right? But this one's only 10 months old. Give her some time.
So, Epsilon,
yes.
Your point.
Oh, I was just saying we were talking about education quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I was a public school teacher in the sort of No Child Left Behind era. And it was extremely frustrating.
I've heard
because they were extremely prescriptive in what we had to be teaching when, and there was absurd amounts of focus on them being able to pass this specific test and not on them actually learning the material. And they, because of the way the schools were evaluated and their funding allocated, they had the school administration would put kind of absurd requirements on the teachers, like, oh, you can't fail the students.
Okay.
Right? If they don't learn, you can't give them a failing grade.
Yeah, okay. So I think you and Ella, both of you've pointed out the big flaw in the educational system. Give you guys my experience in education. I grew up in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
In Nigeria, we have more private schools than public schools. Basically, public schools are gold. They used to be the standard of it used to be the Catholic schools. They used to Catholic schools used to be the standard of education, like the pinnacle of good education in Nigeria, especially in high school and primary school. Then the government, we had military rule, and they got jealous of Catholic schools, and they took all the Catholic schools away from it and made them government schools.
Hold on, just as ask, why did you look at me when you said Catholic schools? You were talking to the cameras and all them hundreds of people, and you looked at me and went, Catholic schools. All right? It's not because I'm a fucking Catholic schools.
Anyways, it was a disastrous idea. The Catholic schools, the standard of education fell, and they returned it back to them. Now we are in this system where we have good government schools, good Catholic schools, and good private schools. Every corner around the country, there's a private.
Nice.
School. Yeah.
Good Catholic schools.
Now the standard I grew up with is like the federal government set the the generic standard, and they test it once every, I would say, primary school 6 years, then 3 years, then 3 years. So 633. They test it 4 times. That's 633. That's 3 times. They test it 3 times.
How robust is the test? May I ask? Is it how robust is the test? Is it like a full week of testing? Is it?
It's very robust. It's very robust. It's like is every subject to be tested. See,
every subject. That's the other problem that I had with ours, is that it was only like specific subjects, and then like the other subjects just got overlooked.
Yeah, since the federal government sets the curriculum, every subject is tested, including languages, because depending on in Nigeria, we have local languages. So depending on the area you grew up in, you are required to do a local language, and you also get tested in that. In fact, in some of the standardized tests, if you fail the local language, you might actually not get promoted. Like if you get an F in the local language, you might not get promoted because they are trying to make people understand the local language and everything. It's just the politics of all
interesting.
Yeah, but anyways, standardized tests, that's the way they do it, and I think that's what matters, because yearly we have promotion. You going from year 1 to year 2, and those are handled by the schools, and the government doesn't care about how those operate, so you can get repeated. There's no child left behind. I was threatened I almost repeated a class, so I know how crazy that is. So there's no child left behind and everything. So there can be if you have the same English teacher for 3 years. I remember I had an English teacher for 3 years. She was from Ghana, funny enough. I remember very well. And she could plan a curriculum the way she wanted until the standardized test. So she was still judged on if the standardized test, if we failed the standardized test. But since she was teaching the students for 3 years, she could plan, when will I teach them phonetics? When will I teach them about comprehension? When will I teach them about that? And she could plan herself. So I think, Ella, is that what you are trying to go about? Is that what you get?
Yeah, or not even necessarily like one teacher that teaches for 3 years, but like have, I remember like my like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teachers were like all, I don't know that if they were friends, but they just had really good camaraderie, and they worked together to like make sure that, okay, where one of them was maybe missing something in a lesson, or I think it was actually more of a like, these teachers are really good at teaching this thing, and so they were going to incorporate that, and then the other teachers didn't have to worry about that so much. They could focus on other things. And I think that making sure that everything is covered, not necessarily in a very strict way, that if you give them a little bit, like you said, a few years in between where it's not so strict.
Okay. Yeah, I get your point. And example with books, the federal government will set for the next 5 or 3 years the books that should be read. So in English, we have like Things Fall Apart and this. It's not like they
and it changes. It updates regularly. There's teachers that are on the board that are deciding.
Like 10 years, 5 years, because between the years, a good book might come out, a good literature might come out, and everyone will say, okay, this should be, you understand, this is more modern, this is more. So it
can be updated. Cool.
It can be updated. Yeah, it can be updated by the federal government.
That sounds great.
Yeah, so they come up with that. And like in our time, before my brother's time, he was and during the standardized tests, they will ask questions from those books, and you don't know where the questions will come from. So sometimes the teacher will say, I want to focus on maybe Things Fall Apart. I don't want to focus on Fly Like a Butterfly or something. You understand? I don't want to focus on that book, but we'll read 3 or 1 chapters, but we'll read the entire book from Things Fall Apart. And if he wants to teach maybe he has a point on why. Another school might be, we'll focus on this is a must-read book. Things Fall Apart, you will read it because you need to. Questions might come out from that, and maybe I expect this topic and this topic. They summarize the book, so I don't want to focus on that, but read this particular book.
Yeah,
That's the way the Nigerian system works. So I think I now understand the problem because when you were mentioning standardized tests, I was like, you still need test. You always need standardized tests. So I was arguing about that point, but now I get it clearly.
Yeah, what I saw was kind of out of control social promotion, where I feel like No Child Left Behind basically, in theory, it was give the students what they need, but in practice, it was make sure nobody gets a failing grade. And so what happened was I was teaching a physics class, and I would get students who didn't understand algebra.
yeah.
Because they were promoted before they learned.
They were promoted beyond the algebra course without having understood it.
And forgive me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me, and this is not, I was not a teacher in this era. I did a little bit of like after school teaching type activities, but it seemed like it was very much like just put a little shoe polish on it and like make it shine, and then pass it on to the next guy and don't worry about it. And as long as your grade books looked okay, and then like it was the next person's, and your test scores were okay, then it was the next person's problem.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a mess.
Nobody really took responsibility.
I mean,
for teaching.
I ended up leaving more.
5-minute warning. 5-minute warning.
I ended up leaving more because I was not good at like classroom management, and I recognized it, and I'm like, okay, I got to get out of here. But it was extremely frustrating because I had students who did not understand the prerequisites to learn what it was that I was supposed to teach them.
I've read of such problems, and I think you're right in that aspect. If you don't fail students, or if you don't threaten, or if they know there's no punishment,
the students are not stupid. They know that they're gonna go on to the next grade, whether they do a good job, whether they learn the material or not.
I will give you an example. When I was in high school, I failed first term, second term, third term, and I failed them not because I didn't know what I was doing. It's just like I never submitted my assignments.
Yeah.
Oh God.
If you tell me submit your assignment, I'm like, okay. Then I'll come to the next morning, and we are all trying to copy each other. And even then, I still left my book at home, so I can't even copy and submit.
Oh my gosh.
So
I handed in coursework as a full assignment because I couldn't be arsed.
During the third term, first term, second term, I'm getting D and D, and like they say you need a C to pass this subject to get promoted. And we have like five compulsory subjects depending on your class. 5 compulsory subjects you must pass: maths, English, physics, chemistry, biology. So if you're in science class, and so during my third term, I'm like, and they'll tell me you are failing maths and biology, and I'll be like, okay, now I need to sit up and submit all my assignments, make sure I get them on point.
3-minute warning.
Yeah, the fear of failing made me pass.
Does the fear of getting kicked off make you make the point?
Yeah, I've made the point already.
Okay.
Yeah. So the point is like, I get your point with that.
The point is like,
yeah.
Matt Pig, you're an asshole.
So I gotta say, it's been good to talk to you again, Math Pig, and it was good to meet you, Ella and David. Was it? Daniel, my mistake.
It's been nice meeting you guys. Lovely. Like I learned a lot from you guys, at least.
Yeah, Nathig, if you're gonna have someone else on your mic, you should probably put their name as along with yours. Like it should have said Nathig and Daniel.
You're a thinker, Epsilon.
Yeah.
You were there for the setup. It was really bad audio.
You should maybe use OBS and use like 2 microphones too if you're gonna do that, because like we can hardly hear you. I mean, I know you're Irish and you're shouting, but
he's doing it. He's doing it now for the last like fucking.
Oh god.
Yeah.
good enough.
Okay, guys. See you later.
40 seconds.
Good night.
Yeah. Peace.
Love yous all. Talk again. Thanks for coming. Top right hand corner, man. Big red button.